Among Us. Hello.
Hey, everybody.
I'm not giving us a chance. We've been talking off topic. Let's start.
To talk about shitty horror movies some more.
We've only talked about good movies.
Yeah. Like Ginger Snaps.
Yeah.
And movies we can't remember because it's
And
things
Van
that
Helsing.
Just not the Van Helsing TV show.
No.
happen. Okay, guys.
Welcome
D&D.
to Corruption, everybody, where we talk about stupid shit for 20 minutes, and Kat wanders around trying to figure out what the fuck that noise was. If you hear weird sounds, apparently my neighbor decided to weed whack his grass at 8 p.m.
Interesting
for
choice.
reasons.
It's the only way.
That's when he got off work.
Oh, I have two D20s. What the fuck?
I mean, I want to be mad, but actually, that's 100% accurate. Yeah, so last we left off, you guys had just split up to start doing a bunch of different things.
E.
I'm sorry, we were talking about dog soldiers before we started, and I texted the link to Kevin to say, hey, add this to our watch later. And his response was, had a howling good time watching it.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm glad we switched teams.
I just started playing MSW and all the cat puns. So, but enough of that. You had a bunch of shit to do.
Yeah. So I believe where we left off, let me find my list of things that you guys were doing. You guys, while you went to go investigate that individual you saw pickpocketing, one of the people you eventually realized was a De-Fragger of the One True Maker. Talked with this Lillian, flirted with her a bit, got a date for later. And then on your way out of that bar, you guys were attacked and realized that you apparently have a bounty on you. You kicked the shit out of a pathetic, adorable little kobold. Demona thrashed two tabaxi assassins, and Gurk one-shotted another bounty hunter after said bounty hunter almost killed your friend Seth. You guys went on to you guys went on to track down these De-Fraggers at a hotel room where they proceeded to they took a chunk out of you.
Well, one of
Brooke
us.
slept through that fight. Whole thing wasn't there at all. Has no idea what's going on. You guys relieved the one remaining De-Fragger of his fancy armored suit and sent him on his way with the corpse of his brethren.
Mm-hmm.
And then decided to start heading home and towards your various different things. I believe Tomo had taken to drop Onyx off on her date. And let's see what else everybody was doing. I believe, Tomo, you were going to, after you dropped Demona, or after you dropped Onyx off, go check on your apartment?
Yeah, I wanted to check there and then
I believe the three of you that have separate apartments wanted to check on your apartments.
So
And then Sol and Tomo wanted to go check in at Henshin HQ.
Well, Kat, the reason Saul doesn't need to bother to check is because if there was something, given from what she already planned with the gentleman, she doesn't need to really keep an eye. She would have gotten a notice from it.
Okay.
Demona also had a 3 a.m. meeting with an informant in a warehouse.
Okay. So, who wants to go first? And what are you guys doing? So we'll say, at this point, Onyx has gotten dropped off. And is off on her date, and we'll figure out what she's doing later.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
just-
a booty call on it.
I just want to point out that what Onyx, like her look currently is, basically she's just wearing
Saul's oversized
Saul's
hoodie.
oversized shirt,
Hoodie, not shirt.
hoodie, her Salt's
I
oversized
forgot
hoodie.
you guys are all fucking soaking wet because you set off all the water.
Oh, and
all of
Onyx
the-
got the shit kicked out of her too.
Also, Onyx got the
boxers.
shit kicked out of her.
I mean,
So she's wearing the
Salty-
oversized hoodie from Sol. She's wearing her boxers, and that's it because she didn't leave the house with shoes on because
Also,
she likes
Onyx-
to go barefoot.
at least Sol did blow every single bit of healing she had, healing Onyx up for the date.
Yep,
So she looks
I'm at
okay.
70 HP.
Nice.
77 actually because we leveled up, so I got
Oh,
7
yeah.
extra. No, wait, I get 11 HP. I'm even at
Ooh.
81.
Ooh, someone's got a lot of HP. I say having 71 HP.
I have a total of 92 actually.
It's almost like you're a barbarian.
hmm
Almost.
Yeah. So should we go with Tomo checking out her place?
It's up to you.
Seeing the burning husk?
Yeah. Better not be. We got a lot of shit in there.
Eh.
No, not. Yes, important stuff.
So, yeah, that's why you're living in the other house, right? Because you put all your shit in there.
No.
Someone made a fuck up.
So you're heading to check on your apartment, Tomo?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you pull up, it looks like everything is as it should be, and I'm gonna have you describe your apartment because I don't know what it looks like.
That's because nobody's ever been here.
Cool.
I mean, it's a nice place. I imagine it being like kind of like one of them. And you can correct me if I'm wrong about thinking how this looks inside Del Diablo, but like one of those high-rise apartments with like it's got a pretty decent balcony. But the big thing that she likes about it, it has a decently sized garage attached to it that she can use, and she does use a lot.
Rude. We made you a nice garage.
Yeah, well, mine's better. So
Rude. I don't care.
unless you wanted the description of the inside, in which case then that's very different because the outside looks very nice.
Inside.
Depends. Are you going inside, and are you inviting your friends?
They're not there. I'm going
Oh,
inside
okay.
though.
Yeah, none of us are here. I'll abandon us to go
Okay,
check
well,
out.
fuck it.
there.
We're the camera. What does it look like inside?
Okay. It's honestly pretty Spartan. Like she's got like probably a queen sized bed and a bedside table and like a small dining table, and that's like it. She doesn't spend a lot of time here. There's some stuff on the bedside table, like a framed picture, and in one corner, don't you worry about that. And then in the corner is her busted board because she has a sky surfboard, but it's split in half right now. So it's a very, it doesn't look lived in, if that makes sense. It's very sparse.
Okay. It looks like everything's as it should be.
Cool. She's gonna drop into the garage real quick and make sure that's okay.
Looks fine.
Cool. 'Cause, yeah, all her stuff's in the garage that she cares about. Well, not all the stuff that she cares about, but most of it. 'Cause
That
she's got to
frame
work.
picture too.
Well, yeah, she has another copy of the frame picture in there.
Aw. It's adorable that you have that Dio picture.
How dare you? But yeah, after that, yeah, she'll head to Henshin HQ.
Well, I thought we were gonna meet up at our place and then go to HQ.
Fine.
We did agree on this, Alt.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
That doesn't mean much.
No, it does
No, you
Hey,
aren't.
Warren.
You're fine.
All right,
No, I
know
mean
you-
on the stream. On the stream, I'm muted.
Okay.
I like to think this conversation you two are having is via text back at each other.
Oh,
So,
100%.
so Tom was like,
Absolutely.
fine, in all caps.
Fine.
Saul just sends a winky face back.
Mhm.
Ugh.
Sorry, continue.
200 HQ.
Are we just teleporting? Can't we just teleport?
Yeah.
Are you going to the main base, or are you gonna go talk to Phil?
Well, we talked to the Henshin. Contacted the Henshin, right?
Talk
The
to
other last
Phil.
session.
I like Phil.
So which one would they have recommended us go to? That's the one. Because we talked to them about the.
They typically, for the lesser immediate stuff that's not like ground shaking, they have you go to Phil just
All
because
right.
it's easier.
All right, then let's go to Phil then.
You teleport in, and Phil's like sort of sitting on, perched on the back of a chair, and just sort of like looking over and reading a newspaper. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. We got
Sort of
attacked by
like
assassins.
itches with a claw. Phil being the fairy dragon, and mentor to the seasonal girls. So, how's it going?
Soldier's not shot. Yeah, we got attacked by assassins. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, there's a bounty on us apparently.
So-
I mean, I'm my old persona, so it doesn't.
Wait a
matter.
minute. You made the poor choice to join the Shadow Henshin, and now they're already trying to kill you, and it's been
Oh,
like
they
6
did-
hours?
No.
I mean, I don't think they did, and we haven't joined them.
Yeah, we never joined them. We just said we might think about it. No, we were attacked by people working for the One True Maker.
Huh.
Yeah. Well,
I don't even know
the
why
bounty,
they. I don't know. I don't even know why they attacked me. They didn't even have the right picture of me.
I mean, you did change your look like yesterday, Tomo.
Yeah.
You've changed your
well.
look like 3 times we've met, which has
I
been about a
mean,
month.
They haven't had a ton of time to update it.
Calling alt out on changing the look constantly.
Like drawing different characters, okay?
No.
It's like, okay, all right. So what did you do with them?
Beat up the one. May or may not have killed a couple of them in self-defense. The last one we let go with for free.
Well, not for free. We
Well-
did kind of steal his suit.
We didn't. One of our
Well, okay, fine.
companions stole it.
Yeah.
I don't have use for armor. I have this.
Yeah, I could use
That's
some armor.
fair.
You have plenty of armor.
I could use some more armor.
Maybe my brain just goes to then maybe you should get more decks.
Yeah, well, I got a 19 dex. What do you want from me?
A 20.
Oh.
That's rookie numbers.
Scotty.
Committed to the bit.
He's like, okay, all right, so we can do some research into figuring out why these people might have had it out for you.
Oh, they did say we were bad people.
Yeah,
Me.
they said we were bad people and we were disrupting the plan, whatever that means.
Okay, that is vague to the point of uselessness. All
I
right.
know, right?
Hmm. All right. And he like grabs a pen in his claw and starts scribbling down notes. Huh. Okay. Anything you guys need?
Sleep.
Kind of look like you maybe got into a little bit of a scrape.
Yeah, I
a
got
bit
the
of one.
shit kicked out of me. I need to sleep.
I'm fine.
I mean, I
mean, if you have bounty hunters after you, do you want to crash here or?
No, my apartment's pretty safe. I got some panic buttons in case something goes wrong.
Buttons.
But-
it's just the Staples that was easy button.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm in a pretty good mood right now. I don't know if you saw it, Phil. I uploaded a pretty cool clip of what happened to the network. So
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
yeah, you should go watch that.
I'm gonna be here for another night, and then I'm heading. I'm gonna be probably heading out soon, anyways, to Radami,
Oh, nice.
going to Henshin, Maine.
Cool. Any specific reason, or just to visit family, or
She kind of laughed a little bit. Definitely not that one.
he just smirks at you?
I
He
mean,
definitely knows.
if we're talking about family, if you can maybe help me with finding someone, that'd be cool.
Yeah, sure. What do you need?
I'm looking for a woman named Solace. She's
Big-
supposed to be in Del Diablo.
Make the joke about about having very similar names. Kat, you know you want to.
He would know. It's
I
not my
know.
fault. I'm an idiot.
No, I mean I make the joke. Don't
And I
worry.
literally did not catch that joke in the chat earlier. He says, "Yeah, no, I can look into that.
That would be wonderful.
Do you have like a picture of her? I don't know what she looks like.
It's pretty old, but I have a picture.
That could help.
Okay, I'll send it to you in a little bit.
Okay.
And actually, also, so I would say too, if you need any help from me too, I'm happy to help if you need it. I might have some people who might know some stuff too. Yeah, no, I'm actually go heading to Del Diablo for Henshin Day.
You mean the Redemy?
Or Neverdami, yeah. My brain is gone. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
He's like,
IRL.
yeah, it would have been nice to be in the parade this year, but we're kind of stuck here. Henshin
Yeah.
Day isn't exactly popular in these parts.
Yeah, not many Henshin here either, though, so.
Yeah, there's like 6. I mean, technically, there are probably a couple more that haven't joined because we don't know everybody, but
I'm just watching Alt's cat play with the necklace.
Well,
It's
this is-
really adorable.
This is Colloquy's cat.
I
oh, we can hear
purring
the
now.
purring. Oh,
She's a motorboat.
oh.
But yeah. So, all right. So if you got nothing else for us, anything you need us to do?
Be safe, stay together, I guess. Buddy system. That seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
That's always seems to be what gets my girls in trouble when they split up.
Yeah, I mean, I got
That's
something
kind of
of
a problem.
I got something of a partner if I need to call someone. So
Okay. Well, be safe. Don't get assassinated.
I'll do my best. It's on my top list of priorities to do, so.
Before, at the very top, or never mind. I don't want to know.
It's not at the very top. It's like
It just
number
gives
4.
you a very judging look and then goes
So,
to pick up
it's
his
like number
paper with
4
one of the other
maybe,
claws
and
again.
then teleports out, pretty much.
He just gives you the like judgy look over the newspaper.
Tomo goes, "Tell the seasonal girls I say hello," and then she
Sure thing.
teleports out.
Just, it's not at the top. It's like number 3 or 4, maybe.
I somehow imagine the seasonal girls right now to be like Yukio from the Deadpool movie.
Yes, I would love that so much.
To be like, what?
Yukio from the Deadpool 2 movie. You watched Deadpool 2?
I
The
did. but I
pink-haired
had-
girl.
Oh, okay.
Sonic's girlfriend.
Yuki.
Yukio.
My brain heard Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was really confused because I'm like, I do not remember that scene, and I feel like I would have.
To be fair, I also heard Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like, I don't remember that character, but okay.
Hi, Wade.
yeah, kind of like that.
But yes.
God damn it, Scotty. Yeah, so that's what you guys are doing.
I'm going home and going to sleep now.
Who needs sleep? Well, Trogs do.
Saul doesn't right now.
I believe some of you were talking about going to see the gentleman, or did you want
Yeah,
to
I
do
think
that
actually
tomorrow?
all of us were planning to go to the gentleman.
I believe Demona.
thought that was
has her
a-
Or
meeting
did you
at
want
the
to rest
warehouse,
before you
too.
do that?
A morning.
Yeah,
after breakfast
that's
thing.
in the morning, but Demona has her meeting at the warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay. So Demona, were you heading straight to your meeting, or did you want to check your apartment first?
Considering knowing what the apartment was, what shape it was in when she left, she's just gonna head on to the meeting because there's probably not much time until she misses the opportunity for intel.
Because of the fact that things were getting kind of cut close, and you have to rely on public transit because you didn't really take a vehicle. You are probably about 10 minutes later than you had expected.
Did I not take my bike from the apartment to meet up with the
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I think Demona did.
Okay, so then I'll say that you do get there on time. And you see, looks like this this abandoned warehouse where she told this one Bright told you to meet her. It looks quiet. You don't see any other vehicles. You don't see any lights on or anything.
Still
What are you doing?
gonna still gonna stealth in, check the corners, make sure I'm not about to get ambushed.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check for me, please.
Woo. Where's my stealth? There's my stealth. Okay. 19.
Okay. And then go ahead and roll a perception check, please.
Ooh. And 17.
Nice. Okay. As you sort of head in, you do see the building looks like it's definitely it's pretty run down. It looks like a stiff breeze could probably knock over could probably break a lot of the windows. There's like broken windows, there's dirt and dust everywhere, graffiti on every inch of this place. And you sort of creep in, and the smell of just like old dust and mustiness and probably rats, you catch the distinct smell of something burned.
Is
Seems
that
normal.
supposed to be an insult?
It's one that you're familiar with.
Again, is that supposed to be an insult?
No, it's just the fact that you have experience with blowing shit up.
Okay, see, that makes it sound a little bit different.
You're experienced with the smell of fire.
Especially being who you are, a fire eye.
Yeah, fire eyes. Am I smelling myself?
You're proficient in fire
No,
smell.
you can definitely tell this is something in the building.
Any chance on identifying that?
From here it's hard to tell. It just smells like something burnt. You have to go further in.
Okay. Gonna stick to the walls and try and find the best perspective that she can. But moving towards the center, trying to look for her friend Bright.
As you sort of reach the like central area, you realize that this place was probably some kind of like printing company. There were these big, huge machines with different signs of various different things, signage all over the walls, and you do see one of these signs is just completely torched down the center. And looking at that, and then the scorch marks along the wall and along the floor, you can tell that's the very distinct clean lines of a fireball. And following it, you see there is an unmoving figure in where the center of that fireball would have gone off.
Is the figure a corpse?
It is a humanoid. It's not moving. You're not 100% sure whether they're dead or not. But they are very burned. And because your perception check was pretty good, you can tell that the blast was recent, but not within the last several minutes. Because fireball is a very instant fire. It's there and then it's gone. But like there's still some remnants of the heat of it in the ashes and whatnot.
Is the body breathing or showing any signs of breathing?
Make a medicine check.
There's the medicine. Okay. Ooh, 16.
It doesn't seem to be.
Okay. She will cautiously walk towards, keeping her eyes, all four eyes open. Try and inspect the body.
Okay.
See what information she can get.
Someone's getting set up.
I do not recall if you. I don't think this one you actually saw a picture of this person. Did you?
Of the corpse?
Of the person you were meeting.
No, you just told me that they were contacts. You never said if I had.
I know some of them might have had a picture. I don't know. I couldn't remember which ones. Looks to be a human woman that had very clearly you can tell she is dead, extremely dead. Long black hair that you can see where it's fallen to the side. The insides of it are a bright neon blue that are starting to fade. You're guessing that's probably some aspect of her corruption. She is not moving. She is extremely burned. You can tell that this fireball killed her.
Okay. Any chance to check for traps before I move closer?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation. That one. God damn, that one I'm really good at. 28.
Doesn't seem to be. It looks pretty clear cut. Judging by, so like you've seen a lot of fireballs go off. Based on the way that she fell, it doesn't look like she really had an opportunity to dodge this at all even. So either this person caught her by surprise, or it was somebody she trusted, and she, for whatever reason, she did not manage to dodge this thing at all. But you can't see any signs of any kind of traps or anything lying around towards you.
Okay, if that's the case, if it is,
what was you got a 28, right?
For investigation.
Investigation. Yes. You do, however, see that there is a camera in this warehouse.
Pointed at the body?
And you, at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Staying out of the sight of the camera, I would go and check it and see if I could rewind and see if it was caught on tape.
You're fairly certain that by investigating her, you had to get close enough to really see her. You would have been caught on the camera. You can go to try and figure out where this camera is hooked up, but as you're sort of like walking towards the camera to start to follow like the wires, perhaps, you hear in the distance sirens.
Someone's getting set up.
Would you stop? Thank you.
He's randomly texting her that.
You're doing what now?
The first thing I'd want to double check is if the sirens were coming closer to the location that I'm at, or if they are normal Diablo night sound.
You can tell they usually sound louder when they're coming towards you and quieter when they're moving away from Doppler effect. They do sound like they're heading towards you.
Fuck. She is going to move and try and get up into the rafters to hide.
Okay, roll a stealth check for me, please.
Absolument. God damn it, that's French, not Russian.
You're smart.
That's a nat 20.
Nice.
Damn.
So what is your goal in the rafters? Just to stay hidden and watch when they show up, or to what are you doing? Just hiding in place, or what?
Hiding and observing. If they're coming in here, I want to hear any information that they're calling out to one another. I want to see what their pattern is, if they were looking for me. This is the opposite of hunting for a bounty. This is keeping your bountied ass out of the way.
Okay, so what was your total stealth check?
Total stealth would have been 22.
Okay.
Oh no, calculator.
Not a calculator, app.
Oh god.
I don't have his stats memorized.
Come on.
You wait probably about a minute and a half. You're starting to get a little antsy and wondering like, where the fuck are these guys? And then you hear the sound of that door that you sort of crept in being kicked open. And you see 3 Knights of Maleficence sort of like come into the room, and they're sort of doing the like going up against the wall, checking the corners. They have their weapons drawn and they're looking around.
SWAT teams.
Yeah.
FBI, open up.
No, they kick in the doors. They're not telling you to open up. They're coming for your ass.
No, Onyx isn't there.
They do not seem to notice you. They don't look up. The one immediately goes to the woman Bright and starts doing like checking the body. Begins first aid for a second, actually reaches her hands out, and you see a dim glow of what looks like some kind of healing energy. And she just sort of they look up and this This one's dead.
Any chatter? Anything I can overhear?
They're mostly looking right now. She's sort of looking around. She says to the other one, looks like the source was right. It did sound like a fireball. I don't see a source of it, but they would have had to be within a couple 100 feet in line of sight, so spread out. And they do all start to turn around and start looking around and searching the rest of this place. But they do split up, and you can hear that there's a little bit of chatter among them, but it's in the helmet and in the radio, so it's kind of hard to pick up. You can roll a perception check if you want.
Certainly would. Let me see what I can do. And then I have a very, very specific plan if it works out. Shit, 15.
Okay. You're hearing bits. It's not a lot. You hear that same woman say, probably a spellcaster. Keep an eye out. Nothing in this room. You hear from a little bit behind you. You can't really get a bead on them because the walls of this place, they don't go all the way up to the ceiling, but it's enough that you can't really see where they are. Guess is office, nothing. Second later, think they might be gone. Spread out. We need to start a perimeter. And they sort of all gather up again. Or you see them moving around. They're still separated. What are you doing?
Definitely don't want to get trapped in, but I do need to ask if this plan of action that I have in mind is going to work.
Go for it. What's your plan?
So, how far from my spot in the rafters to the camera that was on the ground?
The camera was up in the wall where you were.
Oh.
Where you were hiding. Probably about 20, 25 feet. But you wouldn't really be able to get to it from where you are in the rafters.
Okay, so it's not something that I thought it was. I thought it was a tripod-mounted camera. This
No,
is
it's a security camera. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Do I see the control room for it anywhere, or have an inclination as to where it is?
You weren't really sure. You can try to follow it, but you have to get down from your hiding spot in the rafters because you'd have to follow the wire. You did see a wire going further in, but that's the direction that the one woman originally went.
In that case, that has part of my plan. How far to the door? The exit?
Probably about 60 feet, but you'd only have to pass one of them. That's the one that is in what you're assuming is the office.
I've got one better.
Partial cover from them?
I think I'll do what I was intending to do in the first place, except slightly change it. So I'm going to cast Far Step and bamf 120 feet out the door.
Question.
Go ahead.
Is Far Step the one that leaves a thunderous boom behind you?
It is not.
No,
Okay,
it's
good.
Step.
Nope. It is just
Okay.
a better version of Misty Step.
Okay.
And then with the bonus action from said casting, Demona's going to poof up to the roof and keep eyes on because I want the information from
Okay.
that camera.
All right. So hang on. You're going outside, out of the door.
Porting to the only exit that I'm assuming I can see
Okay,
from
yeah,
the rafters.
Okay, because I was going to say, I'm like, I don't think you can go straight to the roof because you got to see it. Yeah, so you go to the front door and then with your second bonus action up to the roof.
Correct.
Okay.
Keeping as stealthy as I can and going to wait until the vests.
Go ahead and roll one more stealth check.
One more stealth. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Whew, dirty 20.
Okay. They don't seem to show any sign. You don't hear any movement or anything. You are now on the roof.
And I'm going to wait until they clear out their investigation because I want that security footage.
Okay. You wait probably about 15 minutes And then you see one walk out, and it looks like it was the third one that had sort of gone further in, comes out to the car and starts to says something into the radio. You're not 100% sure. You can get closer to see if you can hear what they're saying.
No. I'm on the roof for a reason.
It says something into the radio, and then turns around to go back into the building. About another 5 minutes pass, and then you start to see more cars come around. It looks like they're circling in about a 3-block radius or so. Looks like they're spreading out to search. About another 10 minutes goes by, and let's see. You see one of them come out. Actually, no, you see all 3 of them come out.
Okay.
And they're sort of standing by the car talking for several minutes. And then the one gets into the car and goes off, and the other 2 go to where they had parked because they each have their own. And it looks like the building is empty for the moment.
Then
you saw your 3 leave at least.
Right, and I so badly feel like you're setting me up for this. But Demona is going to try and move around on the roof to see if there was any sort of window leading to the area that would have been on the opposite end of where she was, basically trying to scope in another entrance through windows, preferably, to try and get back in.
I would say, yeah, it's not like a skylight, but you can get to the edge where you can see there's one. It's a relatively small window, but Demona is not exceptionally big, so she could eat that, and you don't need to. You can just bamf through with magic. You all right, my dude? Sorry, he's just pacing around the basement doing his like sad like morning bark. You do see a window into the building.
Okay. I'm going to take my chance. You could try and get into the window and try and search for that security footage.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another investigation check. This is just to see how long it takes you to actually find that camera and follow where the wires and everything go.
Gotcha.
In a dark building you're not familiar with while you're being hunted by the popo.
26. Okay.
You find it kind of quickly. Your brain is going though, okay. It's been several minutes. You want to move fast. You do get to the room where it is, and it's a security room, but pretty much in name only. It looks like most of the tech in here should not be working. You do see though there is one fresh camera. God damn it, Scotty. Where the wire is hooked up to the computers, and looking at the wires in the computers, it looks like it's relatively recent. Looks like it's newer than some of the other stuff around. You can boot up the computer. It is currently turned off.
Are there servers that would hold the data?
It looks pretty small scale. It's probably in the machine itself. Sort of looking around, you do see that there is the equivalent of like an external hard drive. It's usually just a small tab, the equivalent of like a USB drive, because they can make things super tiny because their tech is way more advanced than ours. It looks like that one is missing, but yeah, that one is missing. Go ahead and make a Tinker's tool check if you have it. Just plain intelligence otherwise.
Just plain intelligence then. 24.
Okay. You're fairly certain that there is usually some remnant of that data left on the computer, but it's kind of hard to get a hold of if you don't know what you're looking for.
Yep.
So you're fairly certain that the Knights took the main backup of this data, but you might be able to get something from the machine if you take the whole and it's not very big. It's like yay big or so. Take the computer box with you.
Okay. Do I have anything that would help with that? I guess I don't. Yeah, the only thing I can do is try to grab the computer box and take it with.
Okay.
Because I don't want to try and crack it open like I would one of these computers.
Yeah. So you take it. You have it. What are you doing?
Getting the hell out of there.
How?
Preferably back through the hole that I crawled out of,
Okay.
but yeah, trying to avoid any patrols that may still be within the area.
Can you not, my man? What?
Jesus Christ!
Harry. The fuck?
Oh, Dishonored. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I never would have gotten that. I will say, go ahead and make a stealth check, Demona, but with advantage because you are sticking to the roofs. You have an idea of where these guys are.
Is 18 and oh boy, thank God that was at advantage. 6 on the second one.
Nice. Okay, so an 18.
Yes.
You do see as you're sort of scuttling further down the street back toward where you left your bike, because you most likely didn't park right next to the place.
Mm-hmm.
You do see a knight in the distance, but thankfully they seem to have their back turned to you and are talking to somebody else.
Yay.
You get to your bike.
GTFO.
Okay, where are you going?
Heading back to my apartment.
Okay. You get back to your place relatively quickly. It's still kind of a disaster. Frosty, window broken. Your couch is in shreds, though all of the ice shards have now melted, and your couch and carpet and anything else in the living room is just soaking wet, if not torn to shreds.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much. Just to try and keep this short and sweet, gonna clean up, barricade the window, probably triple check the locks, and then take the computer back into her bedroom, which would have, and this is just for the audience because camera, her room would be a cot on one side and then the entire rest of the room filled with information, maps, additional gear, anything and everything you would think of the Punisher when you went into the secret room. Just anything collected over the time frame she was there, gear, maps. I've already said that. Sorry. Her own laptop and computers, basically her own little setup.
Okay.
And I would like to take however much time it would for Demona to crack into that computer box and find out the information.
Okay.
Because I don't like being the center of attention for very long.
Understandable.
I will say it's going to be a high DC. You're not 100% sure how to get to that because Demona's specialty isn't computers.
Oh, quite aware of that. That's the risk that I wanted to take. All else fails, I can always take it over to Seth.
We have
Seth can do anything. And he will do anything.
So go ahead and make a just a straight intelligence check, no proficiency.
Copy that. $23 again.
Okay. It takes you a while, probably about 2 hours or so, and you're starting to feel it. It is now about 6 o'clock in the morning. You have not slept since yesterday. But you do get what looks like you do find the footage, and everybody in this fucking chat has masks, apparently.
This is number 3 for me too.
I haven't even kept track. I thought I saw 2.
This is my 3rd one. I've changed it too.
I'm gonna have to put timestamps in the comments from this on YouTube to be when each mask shows up. You do find footage of what looks like a You see her walk in, and she's just sort of like standing there in the middle of the warehouse doing this sort of thing, nervously checking her phone. It looks like she probably arrived maybe about 15 minutes earlier or so. Kind of nervously checking around, doesn't see anything, looks down to her phone, and as she actually looks down to her phone in that moment of distraction, you see a familiar small red bead fly towards her while she's distracted, and there is this blast explosion, and when the fireball clears, she is unmoving for several seconds, and then you see yourself in what you were wearing yesterday. Walk up to the body, inspect it, check the pockets, and turn around and leave.
It's getting spicy.
Huh. Not what I was expecting. Okay, so with that information, Demona is going to.
And when I say what you were wearing yesterday, not the one you were wearing when you showed up at the warehouse.
Right, she would know it's not her.
Yeah.
Despite almost not wearing anything but the tack gear. Anyways,
It's
you
a
have
different
slight
shade.
differences. Yeah.
open up the closet door, tack vest, slightly grayer tack vest.
Slightly less wounded because you did, I think, get fucked up in that fight some.
It's Demona's like cross costume, like if two people pick Demona in a fighting game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slightly off color.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I just got my own mental
The
vision of that
olive
one.
green instead of army green.
Yeah. So yeah, with that information, she would definitely want to text the rest of the party as well as the gentleman and let them know there may be an imposter Demona.
What's your bonus to Arcana?
Arcana is 9.
+9. Holy
Yes.
shit. Looking
Proficiency.
at it, just based on sort of like watching the footage back again, just out of nervous habit, that doesn't look exactly like the fireball spell that you know. It doesn't have the same like trajectory. Fireball goes in a line. It's a straight, you point and it goes in a straight line. This one sort of arced like something thrown.
Like an actual bead and not a light of flickering flame.
Perhaps, yeah. What the fuck? Oh, my god. The fucking chest plate, too.
So that's Tabaxi number 2.
I don't know if this is the one you saw or not, Cat.
I think she missed the Ichigo mask.
Maybe. I don't know which one she missed.
Oh,
My
God.
god.
There goes Scotty for another one.
I missed pretty much all of them.
Yeah, that's because you'll have to watch it back, Hera.
Yeah, so you guys do get that text from Demona that there might be an imposter Demona going around.
All right.
Do we need a secret password that only we know?
Actually, Kat. Sending private message to see if this will be viable.
Okay.
Here we go.
There's a fake Demona. There may be a fake everyone else except for Gurk.
I mean, because who would want to be Gurk, right?
Who could copy Gurk?
Okay, message sent.
Hera's asking me a question about this from the thing, Cat, from the thing I'm running in the Retroverse game, the Karma Chameleon. She's like, "Is this?" I'm like, "No, it probably isn't. Odds are."
Say that again.
It's like, shit down to me.
Hera's like, "Is this the Karma Chameleon?" I'm like, 99% chance it's not, considering what it's set up to be. I'm like, my brain goes to, it's probably shape changing, but
what is this in reference to? Saege?
me. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Not me. Hera and I.
In reference to a way for them to be able to tell when it's the real Demona.
Okay. The thing is, they don't know that would potentially work. Oh yeah, so you have prestidigitation, or the
Yes.
light cantrip. One or the other would work with that.
Prestidigitation specifically, so it's not
Yeah.
all bright and powerful. But in this sense, she would be texting them this information
Okay.
so that they know it's her.
Yeah, I'll say that you can do that.
Okay.
I would let them know that.
Yes, indeed. So all of you get a text, including the gentleman, and well, she can't trust any of her sources anymore. So you all get a text for whoever wants to read it to Gurk whenever he gets out of the rock.
I can read now.
If you
No, he can't. He doesn't have eyes.
Yeah.
Remember?
So she texts you runes on the knife, and that's the only thing you get. So you'll know it's her by the runes on the knife.
So I'll just put question mark and then just whatever.
It was
Just
a
the phrase
response to Cyberus's question, how will we know it's you? Should we have a code word?
Yeah. So as far as Demona's concerned, that's how you'll know it's her. Just try not to shoot on sight.
Onyx
That's the
never
most
shoots
fun
on
thing.
sight. She punches on sight.
Punch first. Ask questions while punching.
Exactly.
My brain's immediately going to like the, oh, we should just use the World War II thing.
Shoot them on sight.
No, flash.
Thunder.
You
My
got
brain
it.
went to something else, but I'm not going to say it because it's horrible.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
You know, to be fair, that is a fucking genius idea, but actually, you know what?
But no,
Yeah, no. For now, it's just going to be the runes on the knife.
runes on knife.
Runes on knife.
Okay.
She's going to start triple. Well, actually, no. She's going to get some freaking rest if she can.
Okay.
Also, I'm so glad someone actually knew the response to that, because otherwise I would have looked like an asshole.
I mean,
Come on, look at who you're talking to here. So yeah, if she can get in a full 8 hours, she's going to, because ow. Otherwise, she's going to take as much of a rest as she can and just catch up later.
Okay. Let's see. So you were sleeping. That's what you're doing. Let's see. Who else is around? Cyberus, you were just going home to rest, right?
Yeah, it's like 2 a.m. and we just got in a fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
this is a smart one of the group. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to bed. Fuck all of you.
Gurk, I'm still in bed. Fuck all of you.
Yeah, Gurk is the smartest. Wait, no.
On it. Gurk is getting his beauty sleep.
He's gonna be asleep
I'm pretty
forever.
sure I'm the wisest of all.
Probably.
Probably correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you are literally right now a creature in Retroverse.
Yep. You almost murdered
I'm
Hertz.
advertising.
You're the Undying Slasher for the Retroverse Halloween special. Random plug. Drive-through RPG. Sorry.
That thing was
Damn,
so OP. It fucking almost killed Hertz instantly.
I nerfed it, and you guys had
OP.
anime Henshin move. You were fine.
I was gonna
you
say,
almost killed Hertz.
yeah,
I
but
couldn't catch
hold on.
it.
Well, she's
Cat,
the one
I
that
mean-
ran away from the healer.
Yeah, she's fucking stupid.
Let's be honest here.
I love
though.
you, Aya, but that was a poor choice.
Cat. Let's be honest too. Saying it almost killed Hertz. It's like saying it almost killed Ruya.
The difference is we were like 13th level. We were really high level.
Except, the one thing that is always a constant is if you're squishy, you can still be ganked at high level. It just takes more high level power to gank the squishy.
But not much.
Pretty sure you were like 10th, 11th level.
Okay.
I mean, kind of also
it's
helps.
still
Doesn't
pretty
help.
high.
It also doesn't help when you have negative con. We're sorry, Aya, but I love you, but that was a mistake.
That's rough.
That was really
That's
rough.
really rough. Especially with wizard HP. Like, you could get away with it with another class, maybe. but not when you have a D6 hit die.
All right. So I guess everyone else is asleep, or everyone else goes to sleep. Saul doesn't go to sleep. What sleep?
Onyx has a date.
You're right.
Well, I
yeah.
mean, yeah.
Onyx is on a date. And
Onyx
you're out
goes
of
to
town.
sleep. Oh, you can't see Hera. I put sleep in quotes for that one.
Yeah.
We could all hear the quotes.
For the booty call.
Yeah, we could hear it.
She
Exactly,
actually, when she meets Lily, I mean, she looks weird as fuck, right? Like in a hoodie
Yeah,
and
a little.
everything,
I mean,
and bare
different
feet,
about that.
and she'd actually like be like, I'm not sure if this date might get interrupted or not, because I was attacked by assassins today, and I attacked some assassins today. And also, I have no idea how to do a date.
It's a mystery.
I can fix that for you. You just need the right atmosphere.
Get the music.
My
Boom.
brain
There you
went
go.
immediately to
Just
Carol.
There we go.
She
Also,
says,
we need the Jesse interlude of the music.
yeah. She says, so I can definitely help with one of those, though with the assassins, I'm gonna hope you can take the lead on that.
Hey, I can protect you. I'm strong. I survived.
That's fair. You do look like you may.
Watching Alt try to put the glasses over top is fucking
I hadn't
amazing.
noticed that. I was watching Scotty's background change, not seeing the awkward jiggling over the mask.
I'm just imagining it's like it's Thursday the 12th. You know, he's like reading a newspaper or something, and it hits like midnight. Takes glasses off. Let's go.
Mhm. So let's see. She says, so for this date, what are you thinking? What kind of quiet bar, corner burger dive, club?
Sounds all good to me.
Oh my god,
I'll be honest,
she's
I've
one of
never
those
been on a
people.
date.
Whatever you want to do.
I don't know. Maybe we throw some rocks at police.
Oh my god.
I could show you some of my
She's like-
art.
That second one sounds nice. I feel like the throwing rocks at police is probably a bad idea if you're trying to fly under the radar because you have assassins after you. They're not assassins, like not the police after you, are they? Or
Not yet.
Thank you.
I'm really good at running away from the police.
well, that's good to know at least. So she says, I say we get, well, it would be dinner for me, but I suppose breakfast for you, considering it's probably about like 4 a.m. now. And she takes you to a little sort of like, it almost looks like a cottage. It's really weird and out of place looking in Del Diablo. It's got like, it's painted pink and it has like little flowers in the box, in the front box, but they're all weird and corrupted and like growing straight up fruit as well as flowers. And there is a sign above it that says ice cream shop. She says, I know it says ice cream shop, but they sell all their stuff. Their pancakes are to die for.
Sounds like they sell
those.
drugs.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I just had to think about the ice cream parlor that is like where my mom lives, and there's.
Oh my god, you're such a nerd.
It's really good. It's like the best ice cream.
It is the best ice cream. Can confirm.
It is run by, I have a thing here for the person that is at the front counter serving is is a little goblin woman sort of standing on a bench that she sort of has in front of the thing. Can I help you folks? What are you getting? We have, let's see, are you here for dinner or for breakfast? It's hard to tell at this time of day.
Yes.
Okay, I'll get menus then. And she brings you the menu, and it's pretty standard diner fare. There's burgers, grilled cheese, soup, salad. They do have pretty extensive breakfast menus. Omelets, eggs, French toast, pancakes. Lily orders a gigantic pile of pancakes and another pile of bacon.
Yeah. Onyx goes with like, I think it's something more. How do we call it? Like, not sweet.
Okay.
But still like breakfasty, I feel.
Okay.
And a
They
lot
have
of
like the equivalent of like a southwestern omelet with like all kinds of veggies and ham and cheese and stuff in it.
She actually would eat ham. With that, she wouldn't eat. Onyx doesn't eat meat.
I have infected her.
You can order a vegetarian version.
Yeah.
And the table that you guys sit at actually has like on the table, it has like a little checkerboard. And she's like moving the things around. So what do you do for a living that you have assassins after you?
Hard question right off.
Onyx leans forward and is like, if I tell you, I'd have to kill you.
Nice.
But in a jokey way.
Mm-hmm.
And then she adds like, I work for the gentleman. Not by choice, I might add.
What debt do you owe him that you were stuck paying that off? You don't have to answer that. I know that everybody has
No,
their
it's
own
fine. I just have to. You know, Deathlight, that like Hollow Knight star, like
fighter
Grand Colosseum star. Yeah, he came out to me and punched him in the face, and
Pebble.
yeah, that
Did
was
he
like
knock
my
your
first.
head off almost.
I mean, it was close.
Okay, yeah, I can see why the gentleman might have had to work to make that go away.
Yeah, it was
Why?
my first
Why did
night.
you punch him?
He came on to me and was really aggressive about it, and so I was like, "Nah, fuck off, dude." So, yeah, it was my very first day here in the city, and
Scotty.
I was maybe a little bit drunk.
I'd have never.
They had
guessed.
like this. They had like this. They said it was like the corrupted mix, and they said it had like random volumes of alcohol. I drank like 5 shots of it.
Nice. She says, yeah, I know the gentleman in passing. I've been to his club a bunch of times, and I talked to him. Actually, he's got that sort of emergency shelter thing going on right now. I have a sister that lost her house in the explosion, and she's been staying there at the club with him for a day or so with her son.
Yeah, we kind of like me, some friends and such are like kind of after the anarchist.
Really?
He's giving anarchy a bad name.
I would say, yeah.
You give love a bad name, but is that it's just you give anarchy a bad name?
Yeah, exactly.
You sort of I can kind of see why you maybe don't get on with the police so well.
Yeah, I'll show you my art later. That's the other reason too.
Yeah, If you know the right places to tag, they usually don't care as much, but
Those aren't fun places.
that's fair. See, you guys have a pretty long breakfast to the point where you guys are basically still eating and talking, and she eventually tries to convince you into a game of checkers, and then has a second set of pancakes, smaller but with ice cream on top.
Nice.
As the sun is coming up, and she says, "Well, I had a blast, but I am very tired, and my bedtime is usually sunrise, so."
Sure. If you want, I'll like bring you home.
I wouldn't mind somebody walking me home. It's a dangerous city, after all.
I noticed firsthand today, like twice.
I can very vaguely hear it.
Sorry, I don't know how loud, so if I put it I'm worried about putting it too loud and I'm just blowing out my audio.
Also,
were
it's
you doing?
copyrighted, so please don't.
Yeah, exactly.
What were you doing?
I think she's
I
trying
was
to play Careless Whisper.
I was playing Careless Whisper very softly. Exactly. Well, Hera can't see that because she doesn't have the video up.
Yeah, I
Mm.
have video up, but I can only see the person speaking currently because I have it on my phone.
Oh, because you're on mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It forces that to you. That sucks.
It's really dumb.
Okay, well, I'm talking right now, so the background is Careless Whisper.
Nice.
There you
Perfect. Nice.
So
Jeez, how many masks do you have?
You're trying to get the ear muff over the headset.
You have as many masks as I do hats. Holy crap.
This one's fully functional.
Oh, I can hear you through it. Wow.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
straight up. This is military grade.
Nice.
nice.
I'm ready for chemicals.
Are you my mummy?
I only have 3, which is actually more than I thought I did.
I have that helmet, and then you all just like, okay, well.
Well, let's just pull this shit out.
It's the spooky month.
I have
like
0
when-
masks. However, I do have like 4 swords in my house.
Only
I
4?
got a couple of those too. You want me to bring those?
No.
I have about 6 or 7 in my apartment.
I think that's against Twitch regulation.
Yeah, probably.
Eh,
I think
What?
that's one.
if you can throw your cat, you
Certain
can
weapons.
bring swords on.
I mean, to be fair, we're probably going to get banned because of how much chest I'm showing. So
Damn booby streamers.
I know.
Just say you're selling your bathwater, and you'll be fine.
You're right.
There we go.
That's still
So I
relevant,
will
right?
say, Onyx, you do get her home safely. You do for a half second think that maybe you're being followed, but you sort of like lead her down another side street and back the other way before circling around and seem to have lost them.
On my home way, on the way to her home.
It seems like they were trailing you.
Okay. I also on the way, I would also like if there's like any spots that Onyx might have tagged, she'd like casually walk her by it, bring it to her attention. She's
such
proud
a
of that. She is.
I will say go ahead and roll a performance check to see a retrograde performance check to see how nice the art is. This would probably use dexterity.
Okay. So dexterity performance check.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That is a very good roll. That is a total of 21.
Yeah, nice. She's very impressed.
I'll even later come up with what it was because I have something really funny in mind, but I have to translate it from German into English, and I hope it works still.
Okay.
Watch, it's not going to because that's one of the most annoying things about languages.
We'll try it.
Fingers crossed.
Her apartment building doesn't look. It's more upscale scale than where you guys live, but if only because it's better maintained. It's pretty like rundown part of town. Bartending doesn't pay a whole ton.
Nope, the tips do.
Yeah. She says, I would normally maybe invite you up, but I'll be honest, I'm very tired after a long shift, and I kind of want this assassin stuff to chill out before, I get
I get it. I get it.
my guard down too far.
I don't want to like endanger you or anything like that. Pull you into my bullshit.
I appreciate that. And she does kiss you goodnight. Or good morning, rather.
Good morning. Yeah. She waits until she's inside and sees her walk up. And when that happens, she moves away from the apartment again. And she's like checking again if she's like being followed or anything. And actually she like makes a bit of a detour before like making her way home.
Okay. Just go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Onyx is like Gurk right now.
Net 1.
You don't see anything, but you're tired. And it's getting to be like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. The city's just starting to wake up. Like people are starting to move around. So it's kind of hard to get a beat on anybody just because.
Yeah. I think feasibly I probably should have a level of exhaustion by now.
Getting close to it.
Well, it is a con save.
Is it at the top of every 24 hours or?
You've been up for more than 24 hours, I think.
I'll say yeah. Go ahead and give me a con save.
Okay. That's a 19 on the die.
It's DC 10.
And I have plus 8.
I think it goes up by 2 every day or something. DC.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're fine. You feel sleepy, but
she goes home. I think she has like a little bit lost in thought, so she's not that attentive. She's pretty happy how that went.
Or just filled with careless whisper.
There's just 2 synth weavers and rollerblades just orbiting around her with snacks.
Let's see. Demona, that night while you are sleeping, maybe about 3 or so hours into your rest, you hear the crash of what sounds like somebody coming through your front door.
All right. What balls? Going to put her back up against the door leading to the living room and just listen. See what they plan on doing. Mind you, not directly in front of the door, just to the wall. Okay.
Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Here we go again. Dirty 20.
Nice. You see coming around the corner, the actual, you see before a person, you see the top of a crossbow come around the corner.
Ooh.
Moving very slowly. What are you doing?
thinking for a moment, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
You're killing me.
I mean, I think that's what they're trying.
I mean,
to do.
that's kind of their plan, yeah.
Yeah, that's specific choice of words there. Give me 1 second. I need to double check something. Sorry, I'm trying to.
Mm-hmm.
As a distraction, if I have my head in the wrong spot, it looks like I have arm antlers.
Yeah, you do have arm antlers.
I thought for a half second when you first saw it, that's what I thought it was. And I'm like, that's not nearly weird enough of a monster for Gurk to turn, a creature for Gurk to turn into.
Well, it's 3 a.m, so I'm still asleep. So
Yeah.
I love how the times currently in game match up with my times. Like when
Yep.
Scotty said it's 2 in the morning, it was 2 in the morning for me. Then he said it's 3 in the morning, and it's 3 in the morning for me.
Nice.
Okay, so I don't have much of a choice.
You do probably have other exits in your bedroom, by the way. You do probably have another window here.
I mean, you have a busted window, definitely.
No, that was out in the living room.
Yeah, that
not
was in the living
bedroom.
room.
Oh,
So
living
you do
room,
have
right.
an escape plan if you need it. But what's your plan?
Well, I don't have the strength to disarm them. So, oh God, I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to be the focus
It's
of
all good.
game.
No, you good.
Should have gone to bed.
I've still
Shut
got
up,
options.
Cyberus.
Thank you very much. I'm going to crouch,
Mhm.
put her arm around the corner, and cast Blight right into their chest.
Okay. That's what, a con save?
Target must make a con saving throw, but I get 8d8.
Okay.
3.
That's a 15.
My spell DC is 17.
Oof. Yep. No, that's a fail.
All right. I've only got 5d8, so I got to roll 5 and then another 3.
Okay.
Whew. 27. And then 34.
34 total.
34 total.
Okay. I will say after that, go ahead and roll an initiative. As you see this dark-haired woman has it tied back in like a tight braid, wearing like leather armor with this crossbow bolt and several like vials on her hip.
Lovely. So, initiative.
See?
19.
Okay. You are up first. So you did get a surprise round, but you do also go first. So she looks like she took that and she's not doing great, but she's still standing and she is furious.
Oh, no shit. She expected the target to be in bed asleep, not face first with a blight spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so damn. Okay. Really can't use the one I was hoping to use, but I still have backup plans. All right. That is not what I thought it was. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Yeah, gonna use Shadow Blade.
Okay. So I believe that is a bonus action to summon and action to attack with.
You are correct, and I wish I had your memory. Having to search it for the spell filter on 5e. All right, so. Oh, cat.
She's rolling at 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know those Eldritch dice I told you about?
So what is your damage?
Damage becomes 4d8. Let me get my d8 out again. Are we doing the crit chart by chance?
We had been, yeah, so let's do it. Do you have the book, Scotty?
Of course. We were talking about that movie earlier. Just M. Bison shows up. Of course.
So 48 first.
48 gets you. No, kidding.
No, yeah, really. Only 19 for damage.
Okay.
But D100, Scotty?
Yep.
82.
Crit chart is in this book, available in the DM's Guild, Xanathar's Lost Notes, and everything else. I feel like I need to say it every time. All right, so what was it, 82?
82.
Well, they can't take any opportunity attacks until the end of your next turn. That's pretty nice.
Neat.
So that's your bonus and action. What do you want to do? Do you want to move?
Crossbows get disadvantage at point blank, don't they?
They do, yes. However, you see that she does have a short sword on her side.
But it would take an action to drop the bow and grab the sword, wouldn't it?
Well, it would take like a minor action. If she were to like sheath the weapon, but if she were to just draw it and attack, then no.
Shit. In that case, Demona will.
Oh shit! We just dropped soul.
I had a feeling.
Thanks.
Yeah, her thing lagged out.
Hold here or finish up my action and then.
No, you good.
Yeah, you can keep going. I'm just gonna
go for it.
Start fixing with this.
So yeah, keeping the shadow blade in hand, Demona is going to drop back about midway in the room and get into a defensive stance.
Okay.
As you are going to kick my ass.
She. Yeah. She is going to draw that short sword and rush at you and make 2 short sword attacks.
Ooh. And
as she's going, she says, You killed my sister. I will say it's at that point you realize a little bit of a semblance between her and the woman that the corpse you just encountered earlier today.
Okay.
Oh, that was garbage roll.
This was within like 2 hours.
Yeah.
She knows within 2 hours? Holy crud.
It's been probably about 4 hours now.
Still.
Because it took yeah,
she was probably tipped off by whoever did it.
Put it past him.
God fucking my dice rolls are hot garbage. That's a 12. Yeah, it seems as if in her rage she's
missing.
Yeah, she's overblowing her attacks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's her turn. Does she have anything she can do? Yeah. You're up. What do you want to do?
Okay. I want to try a persuasion attack. I have a screen. Brain, come on here, work with me. Before doing anything else, she wants to try and persuade her by saying, fuck. Yet, it was not me. I have proof. Digital proof. It was not me that killed.
That would typically be your action.
Shit, I was afraid you were going to say that.
Sorry about that. I literally had a full-on random power outage where the power died and then immediately turned back on again.
Yeah, we've had those a bunch of times. That sucks.
You know what? I will back up to the wall and I will make that persuasion attempt as my turn.
Go ahead and roll your persuasion check.
Copy that.
I'm gonna say you have disadvantage because you did just cast blight on her.
Well, somebody busted into my room with a crossbow in my face. Okay, so the first one is 24. Shit. 18.
Oh, that's a shit.
So she sort of runs at you again with the blade. And swings right at you and stops at the very last second right next to your throat. Explain now. She wanted to help you bastards. And you killed her for it.
Did not kill her. That was not my spell. Digital proof on computer shows an object, not a spell, casting fireball. The person in the video is not me. I have proof. Stand down. I'll give you every bit of information that you need as proof.
She sort of draws the blade away, and as you see it, as it's really close to your eye, you're pretty sure that blade is poisoned.
Glad I decided to try a persuasion check. Okay.
And she sort of backs up and nods to your computer. Show me.
He's Vinny. Have to log in. Bring up. You really
so
think
proceeds this super awkward moment where she's standing there, blade still drawn, and you're like awkwardly typing in your password
with one hand?
Sorry, it usually doesn't take this long to load.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh God, is this a flirting scene for Demona now?
I swear this doesn't happen. I swear this doesn't happen normally.
Didn't know that Demona was on a date too tonight.
Windows update.
It doesn't operate very well under pressure.
Guys, not gonna lie. My computer literally went to a fucking Windows update too when it powered down. Luckily, it was very quick because I had my shit on SSD, but
so yeah, hoping that she would still have had the video footage up from where it was not Demona on camera, she would backtrack, show the distinct dissimilarities, and more specifically the what looked like a bead arcing instead of the actual fireball, and
also you showing up later too.
Yeah, after. Yeah, that's right. I would have shown up in the outfit that she would be seeing me wearing right now.
You wear that while you sleep?
I'm not surprised. It is Demona.
A tactical bulletproof vest with a dagger.
No, I picture her having a tactical bulletproof like onesie for sleeping.
Okay, first off, did you guys not remember the original? No, it's under her bed or her pillow. No, Demona literally wears no shirt, a tactical vest, and pants, and utility belt at all times.
Yeah, I could definitely see her just sleeping in that alone. Granted, I can't say much considering Sol generally does actually sleep in her Henshin uniform too.
So, but yeah, more specifically pointing out the bead artifact, whatever the hell it was, being used as a spell, and the differences between what was being worn and the fact that I showed up later on the camera.
And she's sort of looking at the camera and looking at you and looking at the camera.
Okay. I'm going to take the chance to try and persuade her again. Was trying to get information from Bright. She had information she wanted to share with me, not over comms, about the burners. That's why I was coming to meet her. And
she sort of just like for that moment where like you were scrolling through the video just showing like the me versus me again later, she had been looking back and forth, and as the video continues on to where the actual explosion goes off, she just sort of goes blank faced.
Someone is setting us up. Bounties on our head. Anarchists blowing hell out of city. I assure you, I was not going to kill your sister. If I had been there sooner, I could have saved her. She actually wipes tears away. She says, yeah, we had somebody in that explosion.
And that's why she reached out to you. Because she knows that she helped do it. At least I think so.
That's the information we were looking for to try and track this bastard down.
She says, my sister, I mean, she's a weapons manufacturer. I'm sure you know that. I think she helped him get the materials for it. I don't know where. Honestly, I got the email and I got this video, and the one that I saw obviously didn't have the second U in it, and I didn't think, and she got out of the business. She wasn't into bounties anymore. And she wanted the rest of the family out too. But you're lucky you're a fast talker. I almost killed you.
It comes with the territory. If you're comfortable, give me your contact information. You rest. Try and catch your breath. We can discuss this further. Share what information we both have. I can try to help track down this sick bastard and help you take revenge. But we need information most of all.
I can give you, based on, she didn't tell me everything, but I can put 2 and 2 together for most of her stuff. She was fairly certain that wherever this guy, this anarchist dickhead, got his stuff, a good portion of it probably came from Demon City Ninjuku, because she had sort of did the math and realized that, well, she thought she was making traditional bombs, but after the burners went off, she called me in tears and said that she hadn't realized what this other component would make them into. So if he got that from in the Demon City, then, but I can do some digging. I think she did have a idea of where he would be in a couple of days.
Find out what you can. Keep me up to date. One quick question. Who sent video to you?
I don't know. It was an anonymous email said that they were a mercenary friend of hers. I tried tracking it and it just went nowhere. I realize now that I had thought that it was somebody who was trying to keep safe from you guys, and I realize now that it was just trying to hide who they were.
And possibly take out a target in the meantime.
Yeah. She says, I would recommend stay close to your friends. I'm not going to be the first one. They sent this to me hours after it happened. I talked to her only 2 hours before your meeting.
Yes, they're not the first ones to be sent after us. We have apparently had a bounty placed on our own heads.
I imagine, yeah.
If you need it, Gentleman is offering refuge. I don't know who sent that video, but they may also try to kill you now, for what you know. You can stay with me, you can stay with our group, or reach out to the
And she actually starts looking around. Have you considered that you're probably being watched?
Very much so.
Okay, just so you know. I may take you up on that for the gentleman. I can't imagine anybody would start shit there. And he's usually got a lot of mercs around. I should be safe with other mercs at least. You, on the other hand.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's anybody other than me and whatever your merry band of idiot friends are that aren't trying to kill you. I'm sorry, Owen, you look so offended.
No. I mean, let's be honest. In a couple days, there's going to be even more people trying to kill this band of idiot friends.
I have a 17 intelligence, thank you.
Band of idiot friends. Got it.
What's your wisdom?
12.
Okay, that's not too bad.
I mean, above 0 is good.
I mean, you could be really smart and be like, hey, I'm going to make something that could possibly kill me, aka low wisdom.
Yeah.
To be fair, they're not the only ones who have tried to kill me before. They just haven't had as many chances to. So let me grab some gear. We'll both go to see the gentleman, because this is apparently no longer a good idea.
Very well. If you don't mind, I may travel separately and meet you there.
Can't blame.
At this point, I'm gonna say, Demona, you have not rested. You are. Yeah, you're gonna need a con save or get a level of exhaustion, because you've been up for quite a while now and been in multiple scrapes.
Con save. Okay, that's not too bad. 15.
Okay, you do not have a level of exhaustion. So at this point, it is probably, if I will say it's about the same time, about 6 or so. So at the same time that you're like, okay, we should maybe go talk to the gentleman, Onyx is just now getting home, basically.
Sends group text, Onyx. You just hear, God damn it! Or even funnier is just Onyx about to go to sleep. Saul smacks Onyx. Onyx, get up, we're going.
So what are you guys doing?
Almost at her own apartment, so I don't know.
Starts hopping up the stairs while scratching his butt.
Don't be alone.
Tomo
is an idiot.
Hey. Yeah.
Is an idiot. Okay, so Mayor Band of Idiots still. Got it.
So Demona would gather up what she could of anything of interest and information from the apartment, drop off the keys and release form to the
fuck you, I'm moving out.
Front office.
You're not getting your security deposit back.
Wasn't expecting to in the first place. Did you see what happened with the frost bombs? Tosses the keys back, gets on her bike, and goes to the gentleman's club.
Okay. I will say that as you arrive and sort of get in the area, you do get a text from Rocky, your contact with the gentleman.
Yep.
And I will say that it's a group text that he sends. It says, I see Demona. Don't meet at the club. Let's meet elsewhere.
Vex, I hope you know I just proved everything you just said about us being idiots right in real life.
Oh, what did you do? Let's hear.
I was like, I'm going to take a drink from my handy water bottle. Not open.
Nice.
You have a drinking problem.
You have a drinking problem, but not the fun kind.
No, that was when I was younger.
Oof. Ow.
He tells you guys to meet him over at the like small mall nearby.
All right. But yeah, when Saul sees that, I figure like Onyx is in bed, just getting comfy in the bed. As Saul turns around, just gives Onyx a shake. Hey, we're going.
Oh, where?
We're going for a walk to the mall to meet with Rocky.
Can't he come here?
No. Onyx.
Wait, did you guys just get home?
Onyx did. Saul's been asleep.
Oh, hey, someone attacked this place while you guys were gone.
Yeah, we got attacked
Seth
too.
in the other room. Fucking yeah, Grok. You just left the corpse in there.
Oh yeah,
It's okay.
give
We
me a
attacked
second.
somebody else's place.
Give me a
What are
second.
you talking about? I took it out with I threw it in the alley.
He goes outside
It
and
was
waves
gonna
it.
stink up the living room. You left it for 4 hours, Grok.
Hey,
You
Trog
woke
got.
up to take a piss and tripped over a corpse.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was in the way. That's okay. It's a good breakfast. I go outside to the alleyway.
Saul just gets Hurts and just gets Hurts to start licking Onyx's face till she wakes up.
Fine, I'll come.
For those unaware, in the vaccine game, she named her spell familiar cat Hurts.
The spell familiar cat is named Hurts. It is the white cat.
Okay, that was a answer. That
It is.
You're going somewhere?
Yeah, we have to go meet with the Oh, sorry, Hurts is the purplish one. No, yeah, we're going to meet with Rocky at a mall.
Oh,
you know who you're supposed to meet, the gentleman?
Here, this is for the road, I guess, and I give you the good berry.
Well, no, I figure she's going to tell him later that she's leaving too, so you can give her the good berry for that at that point.
Okay, I'll wait.
The boom berry, I should say.
Okay, so Grook's like a really fat squirrel stuck in a bird feeder outside in the alleyway with no longer a corpse in the alleyway.
Yeah, Onyx gets up.
He burps out the armor. It's still
burp.
Well, while all this is going on, Tomo's gonna show up to the mall with, I guess, Demona.
Well, I think Demona's on her own bike too, isn't she?
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I mean. We're the only two there right now.
I will actually say, because Demona just asked me, I will say that bike Demona arrived maybe about an hour into that, half an hour into that, while you were fucking around with the computer trying to get that video.
Yes.
Kat, I have a question.
Yeah.
Could I assume that I already have my level 3 barbarian features?
Oh, there it is. Ow.
I will say,
It's just
yes,
for a
but they
throwaway
don't
gag.
necessarily make sense quite yet.
Okay, because as Onyx picks up the cat, Hurts, and basically just keeps walking, follows you, and at a certain point you notice that she's walking with her eyes closed, but just basically she has the cat basically like on her shoulder and like just petting her, and she's like walking with her eyes closed, but basically as secure as if she was walking like normally.
Saul just kind of doesn't even give a crap because considering she's used Hurts for seeing, she's just like, whatever. Seeing eye hurts. Yeah, let's go to the mall. Let's go to the mall.
Look at the song. Let's go to the mall.
Exactly. Canadian classic.
So real quick, so I can keep track of it.
Looks like he's about to murder us.
Which of you guys have actually gotten a long rest?
Ooh, me.
Saul has
the smart ones in the dumb party.
I think Cyberus did. Soul has.
Saul and
Tomo
Tomo
has. Okay.
And Cyberus.
Okay, so it's just Onyx and Demona that haven't yet.
The two people who went out for dates last night.
Why are we going to the mall?
I can assume that I got a short rest though.
Correct. There's a bunch of assassins after us.
Oh, I took care of the one.
There's
a
like
lot
way more. It's like everybody.
Oh, okay.
We had a useless little kobold come and try. I don't know why he even bothered. There was only one of him against like 4 of us. 3 of us.
Oh, they're adorable.
He tried.
And tasty.
He tried. at least he tried. That's about it. I think Onyx tried to indoctrinate him to us, like something. I don't know. It was really weird.
Also, how are we? How are you guys getting to the mall?
Yeah, how far away is the mall from
We
us?
have a big van we can all fit in. I can drive it.
I'm just thinking Gruk's at 0 speed right now.
Just roll into the van.
Did you eat that fucking corpse?
Of course.
Yes.
I don't want to
It's
waste
food.
it.
I mean, I could have cooked it for you.
But I was saying comically, I burp out the armor if you don't allow that, and I take off the armor first.
Okay.
What kind of armor?
I will say it's funny enough that you can burp out the armor. I think I said it was metal, so it's probably just like chainmail or something.
Okay.
Or a chain shirt. That's
how far away is the thing for mall from us?
I'll say it's probably like about a 30-minute walk, but only about a 10-minute drive if you take the van.
Well, we have the van. Let's just roll Gruk into the van. We have like a loading ramp for Gruk.
100%, yes.
I mean, I could turn into something and just walk in, but if we're being attacked by assassins, I'm gonna save my.
Good idea. Yeah, we'll just roll you up. Yeah, let's go.
I feel like a monkey in a ball as you're rolling me up the ramp.
I get it.
So, you guys head to the mall, and he told you to meet him in the food court. And when you guys do sort of roll up in, it's
What?
Oh, that's Hera. Stop sending messages.
Shit, sorry.
That is like right on the mic.
He has the vibrate.
That was really confusing. We're like, what the fuck?
I'm sorry, I
everyone
forgot.
but me. I'm like, as soon as I'm like, oh, Hera's sending a text.
I'm sorry.
Hera,
That's
sorry.
alright.
fucking vibration off for texting. Why do you still have it on? Is it so you know when you're pressing a button?
I mean,
Yes.
Gruk probably has that on his phone.
I mean,
he
that's
told
just
someone to
Gruk.
set that on his phone.
That's because it's Gruk and he's an old man.
He's blind.
He's like 2.
That too.
He's 3.
Yeah,
he's
he's
a
old.
very old
He's-
Trog.
He's old for
Oh,
Trog.
excuse me.
Excuse me, princess.
Go in that rift, you can live forever.
So
I mean, that's the end game.
I'm old too, and I like having haptical feedback. Sue me.
Okay,
You're fine.
I'm suing you
You're
for $1
fine.
million, Hera.
Oh fuck! I'm trying to find the schedule. Does
Can anyone?
Soul leave tomorrow? Next or the day after?
I think today she would have been leaving. I think.
Can anyone get the seatbelt? I can't reach it.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
Oh, I have it written down like a dumbass, and I threw it away. I removed it. Anyway,
Ow.
Yeah, it tastes like cigarettes and light beer.
I thought it would have tasted like failure.
Well, is there a difference?
Cat.
Not really.
Ew.
I was gonna say.
Who paid for my date? Who paid for the dinner?
I will say that she
Breakfast.
did. That
Aw.
she took pity on you.
She probably knew that you had
Realizing
no
you're broke
money or
as shit.
belongings.
Don't worry, Kat. I'm gonna have Saul monetize all interviews with her. She'll be rolling in money.
So
All that shirt merch she's gonna be getting soon.
So you guys get to the mall and you do see Rocky sitting there with a like bag of fast food and a burger. Rocky being the sure, looks like mostly humanoid, but is 2 foot tall. Kind of hard to tell in age because 2 foot tall, and he doesn't quite have the same features as a halfling or a gnome. He sort of sees you. Hey, over here. Waves with the burger.
Perception check to smell and know it is
Go for it.
that one. I see you got
Alright.
the vegan burger.
No idea. There are a lot of smells. You're effectively in the food court. It's a little bit of sensory overload, and Gruk is immediately wants to eat everything.
I mean, it's no different.
But I mean, that's usual.
I'm surrounded by food all the time.
Hey, Kat.
Yep.
I don't like the way you said
Should
that.
I tell him about my bike? Because at this
Oh
point,
yeah.
it would be with me at all times.
Yeah. When I'll say that you can describe it when you pull up with them, because I assume you probably rode that instead of the van.
Absolutely would have turned that old bike in and started riding my own.
Also, go ahead, Demona.
This is a fun little purchase of Demona's. It's effectively her familiar. And by familiar, I mean it's an AI-driven motorcycle that transforms into an Arcanine.
That's awesome.
Hello, Demona. I'm the Arcanine 5000.
No. It is a female British voice. You can fuck right off, sir.
I think I have one of those. Hold
Dreams have
on.
been crushed.
Hello, love.
God.
Cheers, love. The cavalry's here.
Anyways, so yeah, anytime she's not driving, the bike is most likely in its Arcanine form. It's about the size of a Mastiff. Anytime she's traveling anywhere, it is bike size. So
That's cool.
in the courtyard, in the food court, Demona is standing beside the Arcanine.
Now entering food court.
I have an important question. Is the Arcanine, does it look like mechanical, or does the bike look like
The dog.
furry?
The Pokemon.
I would say it probably looks kind of mechanical.
Yeah, think of a Pokemon that looks like a Zoid.
That's awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a picture of that.
I
Hold on.
note though
Porygon?
it is not technically an AI. Just because those are extremely looked down on. They're maybe not.
Oh.
Probably something along like VI or
it's-
something.
Yeah, it is highly specialized and trained to respond to certain impulses. So like it is trained to, when you say attack.
I am
But
trained to serve.
yeah, like it responds to very simple commands. It doesn't have a full consciousness to
I'm
it.
sorry.
Right.
Did you say food court?
Because 100%, I think there's a whole thing in the history of this game of AI fucking a lot of things up.
Okay, then my
Yeah.
apologies for
That's
calling
okay.
it out incorrectly. So VI, I would assume.
It's all good.
You doing that, you can't. I can't say it normally. It has been banned by VR.
Everything seems to be going fine, but then at the end of the sentence, I say the wrong cranberry.
Exactly.
Oh, back on track a little bit at least. Onyx just walks straight up to
Oh my god.
what was his name? Rocky?
Rocky.
Yeah, just drops into the chair and just like she lounges there, and she would look like a Bond villain a little bit because she's stroking the cat. But
No.
on the other
Hera.
hand, she absolutely sits like the complete opposite of a Bond villain. So because she does not know how to sit in chairs.
Legs wide open.
Oh,
It-
like one leg is hanging like, or actually she's like sitting in it sideways, so like her legs are over
I thought she'd
the
do it backwards.
over the edge of it.
Like the cool 80s kid.
Mhm.
Nah, she's more like laying it, like using the armrest basically as a support for her back, and the other leg
That's very
hanging over.
Bond villain-esque.
He's just kind of
it?
watching you.
So kind of walks.
Y'all kind of shit the bed, didn't you?
What's new?
No, it was those other guys.
Cyberus like, no, it's the other guys. So I was like, what's new? What did you do this time?
Victims.
I don't know. You guys are the assholes with a giant bounty on your head that keeps going up.
What
What did you do?
I don't know.
Wait, it don't get it.
Apparently
it
we're
went
bad
up.
people. I don't know.
That's not how bounties work. We didn't do it.
It went up.
It
went
did
up
go
again?
How
up.
much?
Yeah, how
Is
much
it
we worth
I
now?
don't remember how
300
much I said it
million
was.
berries.
I will say that it is.
I think you said like it was like 1,000 each at the first one.
2,000.
You know,
2,000 each.
You know what we could
I'm gonna
do?
say. I'll
The
say
mo-
it's 4,000 each.
Oh,
now.
nice.
You know what
I
we
would
could do
double.
very easily? A lot of us seem to know how to use magics, right? We'd make
We could turn ourselves in for
we-
the bounty and then get out.
exactly, and they'll think we're dead.
I mean, they literally don't
Pretty
have a
funny.
picture.
Cat's like, shit.
I have a spell. for
No,
that.
that's actually Rocky. Like I feel like there are ways that could backfire.
Oh, I mean, definitely.
But
I got stuff to do anyway.
I mean, it'd be worth.
You're free people.
It would be worth this money, I guess.
Not really.
If you want an easier way to get money, I've got a job for you that also gets you the hell out of the city, so you're not going to be hunted down incessantly.
Well, I gotta leave in a day. I gotta leave today.
Oh, that's not gonna happen. I'm not leaving the city.
What's the job?
Rocky should know about this because Saul did mention.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Saul
he says, "Well, I have a job for the other 5 of you."
Fine. What's the job?
Looks at the big mechanical cat. 6.
Meow.
No, isn't it? It's a dog, isn't it?
No, the dog one was.
Oh shit!
Wolf.
Yeah, no, it is a dog. It is a dog.
Okay, sorry.
I was saying.
Does he look at Hertz? That
No, he's seen Hertz.
No.
I know he hasn't seen Hertz.
No.
He hasn't seen
Bark.
Hertz.
Angry at cat. Bark.
Because I don't know, maybe he thinks it's another druid because Onyx is still petting it and
Please identify feline.
Identify yourself in 5 seconds, or I will destroy you.
Initiating self-defense,
He
and like
sort of
50 laser guns
sits
pop
back
out.
and rubs his eyes. He says, "Okay, all right. There's this expensive ass, well, not expensive, rich ass woman in Heaven's Towers that the gentleman was asked to go pick up and retrieve.
What's
Apparently,
her name?
Her name is Cordelia Valentine."
Okay.
Does that ring a bell with any information Demona would have had from the Merc app?
Does not.
Okay.
Actually, Soul, how familiar is she with the other high rollers throughout the world, do you think?
I'd say probably her family would be known about with those because I don't know
how many names would Soul know? Would Soul recognize names?
Probably considering
Okay.
if
Roll
there's any
a
events,
history check then.
All right.
Could I?
When you say retrieved,
Actually,
what does that mean?
Grok can as well. He says means go pick up. She apparently did some stupid shit, did some stupid people, got herself corrupted, and her wealthy ass mama decided to pay for passage to Del Diablo.
Oh, so she's not in here.
No, she's in Heaven's Towers.
Is that a city?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh,
I got a 19.
an adventure.
19. Okay. Did Grok can roll as well?
Yeah, I got a 4 total. So
okay. You're not.
I'm not proficient, and I rolled really low.
That's fair. Let's see if it says. Oh, yay. There's a table for this.
There's an app.
Which color is Heaven's Tower?
Purple. It's in the
I may or may not be opening the dock.
Oh fuck me, I can't remember what it's called. What it was called. The Mire.
Okay.
So you recognize the name Cordelia doesn't ring a bell to you, but you do know of a Bernadette Valentine, who's well known for being a huge computer mogul. Made a huge amount of money. He usually stays out of the spotlight, but apparently his wife and daughter are a little bit of something of party girls. His wife less so, but she's known in like fashion circles and known for being on TV a lot and everything. You weren't sure of her name, of the daughter's name. You're assuming obviously it's Cordelia.
Yeah.
She's probably a year or two younger than you, maybe. She didn't grow up with the reality TV sort of feel, but she definitely grew up swimming in money.
So we'll just kind of chuckle a little and go, "You guys are gonna have so much fun trying to escort her to somewhere safe. Enjoy." kind of laughing a little to herself.
Hey, I'm just gonna knock her out and carry her over here.
I would
if it
suggest not.
comes to that.
You don't, Onyx. You don't realize how much money their family has.
You
How much?
really don't want to do that.
Do I look like I care?
The
You might.
gentleman
How much-
cares
how much-
because she's worth a lot more when she's happy.
How much would we
So-
be paid?
Or maybe I can make her happy.
Hey,
Make
you've only
Valentine's
had one
come
date,
early.
but don't.
Boom! I got to use it. I've been waiting. The moment you said Valentine, I'm like, oh, I've got to make this joke at some point.
That's fair. Yeah, I deserve that.
No, anytime there's a holiday name, I have to make that joke. It's like Christmas too.
Because your favorite
joke?
Bond movie?
That was one of my favorite jokes in the Bond movie. So
What joke? I didn't hear it. I had a.
Valentine. Look, so what you're saying is Valentine's is coming early.
Yep.
You're welcome for that.
He says, after everything is done, you guys will each get, we'll say, $250. But beforehand, he pulls out of his pocket a card, and he says, and he looks around to all of you,
Give it here.
gives it to Tomo. There's 200 gold on that. Use it to make her as happy as possible.
So Saul kind of again.
The more of a pain in the ass she is, the less money the gentleman is probably going to be able to milk her mom for.
How do we get there and back? Are you teleporting us again?
Yeah. And we have the gentleman gave you what did he give you last time that protected you against it? It was like
just a charm or something. I don't even remember.
It's
A
just
buff?
time.
Some
I
kind
think it
of
was
charm.
literally a
yeah,
buff.
it wasn't even okay, so it wasn't even a device. He
The
says the gentleman will meet you at your apartment before you leave to go to make sure that you guys can leave the city without,
Wait,
She wants to come, right? She wants us to pick her up and bring her back.
She wants to come. She might not want to come until after she's partied for another day or so, but
Because last time we went for somebody, they didn't want to come back.
Well, no,
Wait.
Seth
you
did
didn't really
wanna
give
come.
Seth much of a choice, did you?
Seth did want to come, just
Uh,
not at that time. He wanted to get some
He
stuff.
wanted to pack his shit.
Looks to Demona. Someone decided that we needed to leave this second.
So can we call Cordelia and say we're going to be there in one day at 3?
They're expecting you at a certain time.
The,
Demona gives
that's better.
no fucks.
what apartment are we meeting at?
Ours.
Yours.
Yeah, which one?
Do you know what kind
Dual-
of...
Apparently, everybody but me has an apartment.
Oh yeah, no, dual trees, dual pines, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Our
That
normal
place.
one. Saul
Lone
actually has,
Pine?
yeah. And actually, Saul will look to say, and everything's still okay for my plan?
Did you tell them everything exactly with that?
No, she only told them about keeping an eye on her apartment,
Oh,
and
okay.
that she'll be leaving to Del Diablo, and that there will probably be a threat on her apartment or her house once she makes the announcement.
He says, personally, I'm not the one checking in on that. He compartmentalizes.
Yeah.
He hasn't said anything otherwise to me.
Perfect.
Rocky, what are we
Yeah.
supposed to do with Cordelia when she comes here? Are we supposed to just deliver her to the club, or is
Yeah.
she staying?
No, actually, you guys should not be anywhere near the club.
No,
Is she a Wonari?
she can stay with me.
No, she's a half elf.
She can stay
You can
either-
just bring her to her apartment and you can pick her up there.
No,
Yeah.
No,
our
bringing
apart-
her to any of your guys' place is a bad idea, considering
Our
we're all
apartment-
wanted.
So they don't even have the right picture of me. I'll be fine.
He says, no, we'll get you another club because I can guarantee you, you say the word club and she'll be drawn to it like a magnet anyway, so.
Did X wooden stick?
I have a
I
question.
don't know. I think the apartment would be pretty good for Rave, actually.
Not that kind of.
I have not had enough burgers for this conversation yet this morning.
Neither
Do you
have
guys
I.
have any other questions?
Yes.
You say that and he just like scoots the bag closer to him.
You know, Gurk has a bunch of trash that he pulled out of one of the trash bins. He's probably eating half. burgers.
I'm a trash man.
I'm the trash man.
You got to put that joke in 2 episodes now, Scotty. From the last one, too.
So how did she get corrupted in Heaven's Tower?
I've heard a lot of stories, but my bet is going with orgy with somebody corrupted.
Oh, is it going to be? There's no time for that. What kind of corruption is it? Is it disruptive?
It's noticeable, but I don't think it's harmful.
Is it the one where she can only shout?
Yes, please make it that one.
You gotta
Kat,
roll
it doesn't matter what you rolled for.
I got the PDF up if you want to roll.
Yes.
Let me
just decide it's this yellow.
71.
71. All right, let me get to the table. I do have the PDF open.
Come on, be the yelling one.
Corruption. There you are. What was
nope.
the total? What was the total?
71.
71.
It's boring.
She is a little weaker. -1 strength.
Oh,
Yeah.
nah, that's lame. Kat, just make it the yelling one. Just make it the yellow one. You're
It's
the
a waste of
It's
an
the
orgy.
yelling one and that one. But as Rocky will tell you, I'm fairly certain she got a couple of layers from whatever the hell she did.
Must have been a wild night.
That sounds like a better place than where we live.
Her
definitely.
Her family was very cagey about it. They're extremely conservative when it comes to corruption. Or at least, physical corruption. Who gives a shit about political corruption or financial corruption? That's fine.
I mean, what rich family hasn't done a bit of the other stuff?
Yeah. All right, you guys need anything else?
No.
When I get back, who do I talk to about getting the loan?
It depends. Do you want one from gentlemen or?
I don't know. I just need money.
Ominous.
Now that I think about it, I do need a few diamonds. They're probably worth a lot of money.
I can arrange that with the gentleman. How much you thinking?
I don't know. I'd have to do the calculations. I mean, my options are either come to you or go rob another bank. And I don't think I have the wherewithal for that. So
I'm going to go with a no on that one.
Yeah, me too.
Considering, you don't want to be hunted by bounty hunters and the police.
Yeah.
Also,
Can you do anything
could
about the
go
bounty?
to a bank.
Yeah, I could go to a bank, but
Yeah.
I feel like the gentleman offers a bit better of a rate on that.
You should probably just steal from Heaven's Tower, because then they'll never get
Not
you.
wrong. You're not wrong. Anyway, let's just go and get the party animal.
I feel like there was somebody else who asked something else and I missed it.
I was wondering if the gentleman could do anything about the bounty.
Oh, he says the gentleman does not want to get involved with this.
It's kind of an
We're on-
insult when they have a bounty on his people, right?
We're not his people. We're
You're
contractors.
contractors.
Yeah. We're not full
He's
hire.
not responsible for what you do. And if he were to try and resolve this thing, that would be claiming responsibility for you lot. And he's not interested in that shit while you have a giant bounty on your head. And maybe a church that hates you? What the fuck is going on with you guys?
Nobody likes that church. That's not our fault.
See,
Everybody loves that church.
See, I literally have no idea why anyone's after me. I don't know what they've been doing. I've not been interacting with anybody.
It's the price of being a celebrity.
Oh, I thought it was
So
just because of
drugs.
I thought it was just because of what I am.
Izvinite, Rocky.
Rocky genuinely has no idea what the hell you're talking about, Soul. What's up, Demona?
Need a place to lay low, preferably with equipment, information. My apartment is a hole in the wall now.
We have a perfectly fine apartment block.
That is currently well known, and
It's not that well known.
has been.
I know of a good place we could stay. If you guys want to not be found.
Is it in your rock?
So there's not a room for you guys in there.
I love that Hera and I both said the exact same thing. Mona, the best idea might be though to just stay with the rest of the group.
Demona, You can just stay with me if that helps. I have plenty of room.
Didn't you get attacked 4 times in one night because you were alone?
Oh, that's what that was on my phone.
Don't know if it was because I was alone. Still not sure if staying with the apartment is a good idea.
I thought someone was calling, and I was like, "Hello, hello," and then no one answered. My phone.
You guys might want to try and stick together as best as you can. Don't go
I'm
off alone.
good.
Tomo.
What? I'm not going to be alone. I'm going to have Demona with me.
I know, but don't go off alone.
We're not alone.
You know
We have a
this.
partner.
Just keep your phones on.
Yeah.
Just saying this, I'm not taking all of you on my next date.
Obviously. Tomo
You
just
can bring Hertz with you if
taps
you
her.
want, Onyx.
Tomo just taps her mask, and she's like, "I always have my phone on."
Demona is currently second guessing the offer from Gurk.
I mean, don't you always second guess any offer from Gurk?
As in preferable to everything else that's being offered.
Oh, I see how it is. Jesus.
Ouch.
So, are there any shops in the mall that sell incense for magic spells?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think I can
probably.
smell them. It's hard to tell in the food court.
Yeah. I'll say yeah. Sure. There is some that you can find here. Yeah.
Okay. Can we stop there real quick before we go?
We can just split up and just spend the day at the mall.
Last
like-
time we
Yeah,
split up, you all almost died or something. What it sounds
Yes.
like.
Well, that was
So
at
I'll
night.
just-
This is the day.
So I'll just be like, I've got to get going. You guys have fun.
Oh, take this before you
Yeah.
go. You know, in case you want a snack.
All right. And
Do you want a
takes it-
cookie?
Also,
you want a cookie?
for the sake of not having a time paradox, because I already did this a few weeks ago.
a while back ago, over a month ago, about a month ago, actually, you did this.
Jesus.
Technically,
Yeah,
still a
it's
few
like-
weeks.
Onyx gives Sol a hug and I was like, I'm gonna take care of your cat.
No, I'm
I
bringing it
like
with me.
Hertz.
I'm bringing
you
Hertz
taking-
with me. Yeah, I'm gonna bring
Aw.
Hertz with me. Sorry, but
I thought,
sorry.
okay.
If I could get a second one, I'd make you a second cat.
They probably have a pet store in the mall.
But Hertz is better.
Well, yeah, but
Actually, do you know what? I can leave her with you for now, and then when I need her, I'll summon her.
okay,
want.
yay. Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna wait for now. Onyx is just gonna try and use Hertz to pick up chicks.
Now I'm wondering what the distance is on Find Familiar when you can snap them out of existence. And
There is
back.
no limit on that at all.
The only limit on them is being able to remotely
Yep.
use their senses, and that's within 100 feet of.
And
Nice.
summoning them. Like summoning them and also is a bit within
Well,
a
summoning
certain-
them is in a different is in within 30 feet of you, where you don't need to see, as we found
Yeah.
out. 'Cause they could have summoned Hertz on the other side of the door to do that, but I didn't want Hertz to die.
Oh, Onyx then says, yeah, I,
mean, to
don't
be
know.
on
If,
range, though.
Okay, Grook's okay, so what direction? I assume you pointed, but I can't sense that.
He will literally move you in the direction.
Oh, thank you. I head that
And
way.
it's kind of weird considering you did just digest a full person, so you're quite heavy still. But he does not have any hesitation shoving you around, apparently.
Okay.
Um,
I head to the store and I buy the spelled components for Find Familiar.
okay. Fucking everybody has a pet now.
And if we
Right.
have enough time, I cast it.
Yeah, I'll say you do. So I will say that basically you guys are not expected to arrive in Heaven's Towers tomorrow at like 10 a.m. So you guys can spend the day getting whatever spell components you need, supplies. I think I said he gave you 100 up front.
200.
Was it?
No, that was on the card, not
Yeah.
for you guys to spend.
I think it was 100 to each of you up front and then 200 on the card.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Oh man, you guys got paid for this.
He's like, yeah, you guys are she's gonna make you work for it. A lot of those clubs have entrance fees.
Saul's just kind of laughing as she leaves.
He's like, wow.
He
Why don't we just-
realizes what he just said. But I'll say that you guys can spend this day getting whatever you need, and then take your long rest, and then finally get that sleep in.
The day just started, didn't it?
We did for regular people.
Well, to see what anything that you guys would like to do.
All right, you guys see me with a coonskin hat on, and then the head pops up and it's a raccoon curled up.
I was real scared for a second that your dumbass summoned a familiar and then ate it.
Well, it would disappear. That
I was really concerned for a half second.
Summoning food.
It's like Thor. It's like Thor.
They have spells that do that, though.
But that's not fun. They're not alive at that point, Cat. Come on.
But you notice that the raccoon's head turns around when Gurk's head around. Maybe or may not be using its eyes.
Hey, it's all nice. For.
So Demona would turn to Tomo at this point and just go, I need rest.
Okay, I got a place. I got to work on some stuff there anyway, so you can stay in the bed while I do that.
You could get one of those public massages at the mall.
I hear though. If you say,
yeah, how was that?
It was lovely up until the part where my masseuse vanished in a cloud of ash. So
that did not happen.
I kind of want it to be canon.
I kind of want it to be canon too. It'd be really funny. Admit it, Cat.
It would be, but the timeline got all fucky, so we changed it.
The timeline is very broken.
You know what? I feel like I'm slept on a rock all night. I'll go with the massage.
Before Tomo and Demona leave, I want to grab some components for a couple of hollow projectors.
Okay. Did you already pay for the hollow projector?
I did not because we didn't have the time to do so before.
I will say send me a DM and remind me to tell you the price for that, and then I'll just say that you can get the parts with what Rocky gives you, or with a loan from the gentleman.
Okay. I mean, I got to figure out how much I want for that loan anyway. Also, if I can find it, I want to pick up like some like computer components, like microchips and SD cards.
Okay.
And was anyone else going to do the massage?
I'm good.
I'm good. I got stuff to do. Onyx says and like gets up from the chair and then like starts walking outside the mall. I'll be home. And as she walks outside, she drags the chair that she was sitting in behind her and looks very absent-minded in the way she does it. Like, not really like she's thinking about it. Just she's taking it with her. It seemed comfy, so it's hers now.
Oh, wow.
People were just sort of watching you go.
If no one else is going, apparently we're not supposed to be by ourselves, so I'll head back with you.
I'll go if you want to go.
Okay.
Corruption massage parlors.
I've never been to one.
And Onyx then goes home unless someone stops her about the chair, but I don't know.
No, you just get weird looks.
Yeah, she walks all the 30-minute walk.
I cast Conjure Elemental and the chair.
What?
I joke that the chair elemental.
Literally, like 10 people are gonna get that tops.
That's like Discord server
to follow the table elemental.
She walks home, like she walks the way home from the mall, all the 30-minute walk, and drags the chair the entire time. Like she doesn't carry it, she drags it.
I
figure it's like one of these aluminium like food court chairs that are like.
I will say that a good massage costs the equivalent of 1 gold.
I was waiting for it to be like.
Yeah, we'll say this place does accept gentleman dollars.
Oh,
you also noticed that the money he gave you was not in gentleman dollars. It was in heaven, in currency that would be accepted in Heaven's Tower. So like the general universal currency.
It's not literal gold, right?
No.
Okay.
No, it's credit card.
Yeah.
little prepaid credit card of
equivalent. Yeah,
It's Bitcoin.
it is.
Oh, that's what they should
I
be.
mean,
all of them
I
are
mean-
coins with bite marks.
I mean, hold on. No, it's not Bitcoin. Do you know why? Because it's not belonging to a certain character. Because then it'd be cryptocurrency.
Ah, I like it.
I am very proud of that one. I hope you know that.
Also, when Onyx gets home, like the chair just like she loses it somewhere on the way up to her room, so it's just staying around somewhere or laying around probably because it fell, and she just like then spends the rest of the day chilling in her bed.
In her bed or in Saul's bed?
In her massive bed.
Wow, I'm shocking.
Like just keeping Hertz entertained and texting Lily every now and then.
Keeping Hertz. That's still my best decision of naming that cat Hertz.
Yes. I love it.
Should I name the other one Yost Cat?
No.
Should name it Cat with a K.
Name it
Fucking
Cat.
hate you.
Cat.
When I had, well, I'll have Garfield back on stream soon. But whenever he would get in trouble, I'd be like, Cat? And she's like, what? What did I do?
Oh no, I remember hearing about it.
I think it happened recently too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who did it. I have no idea. Yeah.
Oh, I think we
It's
got
probably
excited
Jesse.
about. I think we got excited about Alt's cat. We were like, cat, and you got really confused.
I think so, yes.
It was like even the dog reaction. You're like, yeah, people.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we will say that I should have mentioned it earlier and I got distracted because you guys kept getting interrupted because you did sleep in dangerous positions away from everybody. What time is Soul leaving for
that really depends. I mean, she would probably be trying to get there in time for time for the meeting with Sammy. A little bit before to get ready.
Probably around 5 or 6, right?
If
you have reservations at a restaurant, probably.
Yeah, but Del Diablo to Red Ami is also different.
Oh no, time zones.
My only weakness. Granted, the time zones would be very easy because it'd just be an entire time zone pretty much more or less for the entire face of it.
Okay, for the sake of trying to simplify something on this planet, can we have just a universal time zone?
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Well, granted, though, even with the universal time zone, dinner would still be at a different time.
Oh, yeah. But she would still say, hey, meet at 300. For you, that's probably early in the morning, but for her, that's in the afternoon.
But that still leads us to the same issue of trying to figure out when Saul would leave.
Whatever that time would be for dinner in the Red Ami. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's up to you to decide, Kat, because...
Okay. Actually, no, this works. I will say, is there a time between when you wake up that morning and go to see the gentleman and when she next takes a long rest? Is that just when she's at Sammy's place?
Yeah, it would have been at Sammy's place.
So you guys got all of your stuff and the camera sort of zooms out of Del Diablo. And Soul at this point is in Neo Radami, sitting in Sammy's apartment, extremely awkward.
Yeah, it was really adorable and awkward.
On the couch, trying to not really rest, but just waiting for the exhaustion of the day and the previous day to sort of finally push you into that.
Saul still didn't have to sleep at that point either, right?
No, but into that sort of meditative trance that passes for sleep now. And you sort of lie back on the couch and try to relax. Close your eyes, and in the dark you feel a breeze. And then hear bird song. You sort of open your eyes and look around and you realize that you're dreaming for the first time in a while. You're sitting in an endless grassy field. The blades of grass rustle faintly in the wind, and the sky above you is painted with the pink and purple and blue of the sunset. High in the sky, the full moon peeks through the clouds. You've actually been here before. This is where you first saw your patron, the Lunar Queen. You turn to look, and she's turned to look around you, and she's standing behind you, arms held behind her back. Her dark skin and piercing blue eyes and soft smile. She's wearing a long flowing gown that fades from black to gray to shimmering blue, and wears a familiar beautiful crown of amethyst and opal surrounding the glowing silver crescent moon at the front, and with long wispy silver ribbons woven through her long white hair. And she's just sort of like watching you.
I'll kind of just turn and look back at her and just kind of give a respectful, like more or less bow to her, pretty much. You know what I mean?
She bows to you, and as soon as she does, there is a blinding flash that feels very familiar and very painful. And when your vision clears, she's no longer there. The grass all around you has been burned to cinders. The birdsong has stopped. And when you look up, the sky has splashed with fiery reds and deep violence, and clouds cover the moon completely. And you realize you're holding something. It's her crown, and it's shattered. The opals and amethysts have been fucking Scotty. The opals and amethysts have been smashed to dust. The ribbons are burnt and curling, and the shining silver crescent moon is cracked straight down the center.
God damn it, Yost.
There is another flash and a thunder of sound, and all around you are the massive sky-high plasma beams of atomic burners in a sort of semicircle. Shielding your eyes, you sort of look up, and the sky is almost colorless in just this retina-destroying flare of light. And it looks like the wall of light begins to inch closer towards you. What do you do?
Well, Saul's gonna just, well, since it's moving closer, she's gonna try running away from it.
Okay. Far in the distance, you see a part in this wall of light, an opening, and in the distance, a city.
Can I make it what the city looks like, or?
As you sort of run forward, it looks like home, but it's not quite. It has the familiar outline of the Looper Call of Ranger Command, the same spray painted purple trains and purple light street lights. But you also see a now familiar gash torn in the sky, rending the fabric of the sky above. The colossal solid stone obelisk called the Abyssal Prison. And you hear a rumble before you spot the familiar, massive mechanical leg of the curious Saege. And between you and the city is a stage with a single spotlight shining onto the podium.
Is that more or less like the direction I'm traveling anyways?
Yeah, it's between you and the city where you're fleeing from this wall of light.
Oh, so I guess we'll keep on going because the stage is there.
As you sort of bound up the stairs, you turn and you see this wall of light coming towards you, and you happen to look down and sort of step on something. It is a microphone on the floor of the stage.
Sol does look very confused by this, but I don't know. Part of my head is going, she's really curious about this now, especially because and nothing else is happening with the stage, and it's still that just one thing of light there.
It's just the light, and then the microphone. It was like one of those handheld ones, the old school ones.
I mean, she used a handheld one more or less, I figured.
And then the advancing wall of light behind you, and then the weird mash of Del Diablo and Neo Radami in before you, looking out from the stage.
Well, my brain's going to, she picked up the mic and kind of goes to the center stage.
As soon as you pick it up, you hear a familiar voice, that of your patron. It says, "Our voices are one. It's time to be heard, soul." And there is a just wash of it. First, you're like, ah, fuck, that's the burners. Except when it hits you, you're expecting heat, and it's just a cool breeze. And you turn around, there's nothing behind you. And you turn back and you see the city is fading, and there is just you on the podium. And when you look down, the crown that you're holding is now whole again and vanishes. You sort of shake yourself awake and look around, and Sammy is snoring loudly, completely out of it. Bork the dog is just sort of like half face through the floor, doing the like corgi run.
Well, Sol will kind of just take a long sigh, just like, and she already had summoned Hertz at that point, so she'll just kind of cuddle up to Hertz and curl up on the couch a bit. Probably at least a couple more times revise her speech.
Okay.
Because she has done that multiple times, because OCD and stuff like that is a killer.
Yeah. So, for the others, I believe Tomo had a skill check to do.
Yeah, I want to make a couple of tinkering checks.
Okay. I will say one for the holobike, and what was the other one?
There's technically 3 I want to try. There's one for the bike, one for the jacket, and then one for her glasses.
Okay.
So, what do I roll for that?
Tinker's tools plus.
If you're proficient, it's proficiency plus intelligence modifier.
Yeah, this would be intelligence.
Crafting's always intelligence.
That's good. Okay, so that's a 18 for the first one.
Okay. It's not your best work, but it looks functional.
Okay. I mean, I'd probably test it to make sure.
Yeah.
So I'll say
it
that's
probably won't stand up to like if you crash your bike, it's definitely going to get extremely damaged, but it works for now.
That.
Yeah.
And second one. Oh, that's way better. Proficiency plus intelligence. So that's a 21.
Okay. Yeah, that one works fine. That was for the jacket, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I love the idea of her jacket working like the helmet from Ruiner.
Okay. And one more, right?
Yep. Oh, that's even better. 24.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Because that was just I was trying to install like the same type of system she has in her helmet onto the shades that she wears in her nobody form.
Okay. And then because I have these things and I've been holding on to them forever.
Oh, Jesus.
That night when Tomo falls asleep.
She's probably on the couch or she's sleeping on the table since she gave Demona her bed.
I did want to make a side note about that.
Oh, go for it.
Demona does not sleep in the bed. She does the whole sit against the wall.
She doesn't trust your bed, Tomo. She knows what
fair
you've
enough.
done in there.
She sleeps in mostly cots, not actual beds, so the bed would feel a little too soft.
That's fair.
Plus singeing. So,
I mean, we can get you a good run.
anyways, I didn't think it would be brought up, but you keep your bed.
That pause is perfect.
Tomo just walks up from her garage workshop and sees Demona propped in a corner. She's just like, okay.
That's really weird and disconcerting.
She doesn't even think it's that weird. She's just like, okay.
Yeah, you got one of those fire blankets on at all time.
So Tomo, you slide into the darkness of sleep, and before long you find yourself surrounded by a familiar coolness, a muted dark blue, and the almost forgotten sounds of the ocean. The real ocean, not a hologram or a swimming pool. A dark sky and stars twinkle above you. A sky that you haven't seen in Del Diablo, one not obscured by the rift. You're laying back on your board, completely relaxed for what feels like the first time in ages. And then, wham, a wave just throws you from your board as a familiar tune begins to play. The one from your mixtape. Suddenly you're yanked underneath the surface from the ankle strap on your board, and you look around the dark water and see a shape moving towards you very rapidly. A massive black shape, a monstrous creature with long jagged teeth and tentacles. This is the monster from Shia Arcology, the last beast that you fought with the Vhagar. You stand firm, knowing you're more powerful now.
That wasn't
Vex, I hate you.
That is a lie, and you know it.
I was gonna ruin it even more. Be like, "Hi, I'm the Kraken."
My brain went to
Whoopsie.
Puffin Forest's Beholder, not Beholder. What was it?
Also, you're giving me a lot.
Inside jokes. Anyway.
Ding 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 ding.
You see this creature coming towards you, and you stand firm, knowing you're stronger now. You're more powerful now. And as the beast closes in, you realize that where the creature's large, cloudy yellow eyes should be are empty, burned holes. And then you hear voices. To your left is the familiar part. What the fuck, Scotty?
Jesus, Scotty!
What the fuck was that?
That was him inversing the filter on his green screen thing, so it filtered onto him rather than the background.
That was genuinely horrifying. That was scarier than any nightmare sequence I could come up with. Christ.
And Scotty, as soon as I saw you shut up, I'm like, I know exactly what he's doing.
Good God.
That was hilarious.
Anyway, Tomo, you hear the familiar, heart-wrenching voice of the woman that you loved. You can just barely see her in the distance. Red swimsuit making her easy to spot. Beautiful blue skin glowing under the starlight. And she's calling your name. And then to your right, you hear what sounds like your team. Not the Vhagar. You can't see them, but you hear Soul's voice. And then Demona's angry cursing in her native tongue. And then your mother's voice. And then the crashing, earth-shaking rumble of the mega block crumbling around you as the atomic burner activated. The creature is still rushing towards you in the distance. What do you do?
Can I? Can I try and summon my network weapon?
You can.
Okay. I'll try and do that and then just hit the damn thing.
Hit the monster? Okay.
Yeah.
You rush forward with a burst of speed. And what initially, the first time you fought this thing, it was world shaking. It was world ending. It nearly killed half your team before you fell unconscious.
Yeah, it nearly killed me.
A quick couple of blows, and then your specialty move, and the beast is just completely devastated and sinking down further into the ocean. As you feel the ripples of the cold energy over your skin, the familiar energy that you draw on to do your power move, the tendrils of that energy whip up your body as the creature descends further into the blackness of the ocean. And the tendrils of black smoke swirl around you and whoosh up and around you. A blast of water rushes past you, throwing your arms back, and the viscous energy goes with it. And you look to the side and you see it dissipate, and instead see long, wispy shadows in the form of almost wings that fade away to reveal your new, hard, armored Henshin suit. Ever so faintly, you hear the familiar sound of the mixtape playing. And when you look down to your tape player, you watch as the golden coin that's been embedded in that for as long as you can remember begins to vibrate. And the engraving of the wave on it disappears as the coin flips to reveal Crow's head. And you sort of awake, shaking, sweating, and still hearing the last echoes of your friends' voices, your lover's voice, your mother's voice. And you sort of look over, and on your nightstand where the mixtape is, you can see that the coin has switched.
Yeah. She's gonna pick up the coin and just kind of like rub it between her fingers. Just like sit in her bed with like kind of like hugging her knees and just playing with the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the whole like flipping it between.
Pretty much, yeah.
Man, it's gonna be really interesting when Saul comes back from her thing.
Oh, since we got 3 days, right?
Till Soul comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day I use my 5th level spell slot to cast Wall of Stone in the basement. First time is to set up reinforcement and on the ceiling, so if the house does collapse, it would be able to support itself. The second time he does it, it's to create better stairs, and there's a literal stone wall where the door would be, and he plans on just ritual casting Meld with Stone to go through it.
Nice. You made a bunker.
And the third time it would be just making more miscellaneous furniture out of stone.
Okay.
It'd be very Flintstone-y. It'd be very crude.
So nobody can get in the basement unless they cast a spell for 10 minutes and it's you?
Yeah.
Nah, Onyx can get in.
The long way. The very long way.
I don't think the panels are that sturdy.
Okay, the third time I cast it, I just make multiple.
Fuck off, Onyx. I don't want anyone coming. Get out of my room, Mom!
What are you doing in here? I'm playing Minecraft. Sorry. Go ahead.
And also
I contact the gentle for thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll say that you can arrange that, and he says that he'll look into it, and perhaps when you get back with Miss Valentine, he can have something prepared for you.
Okay. The phone call ends awkwardly with him hearing my digit hitting random spots on the screen, trying to hit the end call button.
Yeah, he just hangs up on you.
He knows just to hang up right away. Like, I know
Actually,
he's gonna fuck around.
What
with
am I
this.
saying? I have my raccoon eyes now, so just...
Oh yeah. And last one, Onyx. That first evening when you finally crash at about 7 a.m, you basically sleep like a rock, for better lack of a term.
She always does.
And maybe about you feel like you've gotten like your full rest, and you sort of like sit up to be like, okay, all right, now I'm ready to handle the day, and look around, and you're not in your room. You're in an open, massive grid. Like the floor beneath you is a sort of magenta purple color with these white lines. And sort of looking around, you don't see anything until you hear a sound behind you, a sort of of a very a loud huffing sound.
First question.
Mm-hmm.
Am I still on my bed?
You are not. You are sitting on... Initially, it looks like a completely hard floor, but it still feels sort of soft, like your bed.
Okay. Yeah, I get up, look around, and then turn around as soon as I hear the noise. Like immediately in a ready stance to fight whatever is there.
You turn around and you see a massive beast, a huge dinosaur with big wide horns that arc up and heavy plated skin, and a horn that extends forward that is made of jagged bits of swords, and you think that might be a part of a battle axe, and various bits of metal just all crammed in together and sort of held in a magnetic field. And it's just sort of like standing there watching you. What do you do?
Still with the fists up, raised, but like slightly confused. Hi.
Sort of like squares its shoulders, sort of rearranges his stance, and sort of like takes a step towards you.
I stand my ground. And
Sometimes you just gotta grab a dino by the horn.
Were you gonna say something else?
Yeah, and like, does it like make more than one step?
It's just, it's sort of like it's posturing. It's trying to intimidate you.
Onyx is very intrigued by this, and she like, it doesn't seem to be like really attacking. It's like definitely way, way, way bigger than her.
I mean,
it is huge size.
I assume like its head probably is like at least twice the size of Onyx.
Yeah, the horn alone is probably about Onyx's height.
Yeah. Well, she like slowly lowers her fists, and like,
For those wondering, that is what the Magnetodon looks like.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that actually is what it was. Because there's a few with big horns.
Yeah.
And I also take a step forward.
Go ahead and make a intimidation check.
Onyx stomps really hard, it could be a...
No, for this one, it's just charisma.
So she's trying to seduce the Magneto.
19
Force
on
of
the
will.
die, 23.
Okay. You sort of like take the stance toward it.
Anime aura.
And The creature, it doesn't back down, but it certainly doesn't move, and its head just sort of tilts curiously and leans forward. It doesn't actually take a step toward you, it just leans the horn forward ever so closely until the horn presses into your chest. And for anyone else, it is literally the dull blade of a sword pressing into where your breastbone would be. But you're made of tougher stuff than that. You stand your ground, and as it's pressing into you, the bits of metal start to vibrate and fly out from the horn and smash back towards you. And for a second, you sort of tense up, thinking that they're going to fucking stab you. And when you look down, all throughout your skin are these hard armored metal plates all around you. And the creature just looks to you and nods.
So Onyx is now evolved. She's Steelix now. So no, Kat, Hera told me about this already, and I'm like, I'm making that joke on stream. You know this now, right?
That wasn't spontaneous.
Whatever you do, don't press B.
Not really.
Oh.
It was spontaneous when I told her in the moment, so
she can confirm.
All right.
The first thing I said was, "Oh, so she's Steelix now."
Onyx like nods back and looks at this and just says basically like in the most Keanu Reeves way possible, "Wow."
Whoa.
And it sort of nods to you, and you hear a voice echoing from around you. And for a second, you start to like look around behind you to think, oh shit, is there something else in this strange room with me? And you realize it's in your mind. You hear, "You are champion now. Make us proud." And this just massive dinosaur creature, the hardened hide of it just starts to shift from that like blue to a very, very light shade, to where it goes almost ethereal into a sort of spectral form, nods to you once more, and fades into the rest of the grid. And you awake, and when you sort of like look down and stretch, you don't actually see anything, but you do feel, when you're sort of like, you have that sort of like, what is it, sand armor or something that you have.
Mm-hmm.
It feels a little bit, while you're manipulating it with that the minor meld earth thing that you have, it feels a bit more ferrous than it usually does. A little bit more metallic than the normal stone.
Yeah, Onyx like looks around, and like basically the first thing she does is like ball her hands into a fist and just, this was really strange, but really cool too.
Man,
And then she walks down and is like, "Gurk, can you make another wall?"
He phases through. What's up?
"I need a wall. I need to test stuff."
Points to the
Am
wall.
I stronger now? Yeah, and she would, and just like work out a little bit on the wall.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Each panel has AC 15 and 30 points of hit points each inch of the. So
Okay.
she can pummel on it for a bit. She'll probably break most of it.
Yeah.
For time, but
I picture her just more or less making like a statue out of it.
26 to hit. No wait, strength is.
It's more.
It's also 26.
Yeah,
26.
the AC for this is overcoming its hardness.
Yeah. So when you first strike it, I mean, you're literally hitting a stone wall. Like, Onyx is familiar with hitting things that don't like to budge. She's used to it hurting a lot more. you feel like whatever this creature imparted on you, you feel like maybe some of that armor has retained.
Feel like you could punch even more walls.
Meaning more like the wall doesn't hurt when you punch it.
Yeah.
You're not doing extra damage, but you're also not taking damage from bloody knuckles because you just punched a fucking stone wall.
I mean, the wall doesn't feel any pain, so.
And neither does Onyx. Does Onyx.
Onyx is the table.
And I think we'll leave there with Onyx punching a wall and Gurk sort of just watching through a raccoon, kind of.
Yeah, Gurk feels slightly taller because the raccoon's on top of his head. It's kind of being his head. You know?
I kind of imagine it's a little bit like these breaking tests they do in martial arts, but
oh yeah,
Gurk just summons like these wall panels for her.
Let me double check.
Best use of a 5th level spell.
Yes, exactly.
Hard agree.
How else would you use a 5th
Oh,
level spell? if not
oh
for that?
wow. Okay, the wall is 6 inches thick.
Holy shit.
So that's 188 hit points per 10 by 10 foot tile of wall.
Yeah.
So in other words, Onyx can beat on it all night.
So, whoa, calm down there.
I mean,
but there are 3 walls
technically,
on the door.
chances are she
by the
would
way.
probably get through it given enough time, but
I think I can deal about like something between around 30 damage per hit, or not per hit, but like per like with all my attacks. So
It would take a few
when I'm
minutes,
raging.
and you'd have to be like full on.
yeah.
No, it would take a few seconds to get like per like inch of wall. So
Oh yeah, per inch.
Well,
Like,
that's
it would
that's,
take 6
that's
seconds,
assuming you
basically.
hit every time and roll average damage too.
I mean, I can easily attack.
You're doing a
with
lot better
almost
than what most can do.
disadvantage
Yeah.
with a +8.
But yeah. So, anything else before we wrap up with the handful of several interesting dreams?
The little raccoon paws clap. You also noticed that Gurk has gotten a lot cleaner in the past few days, and that the raccoon seems to be doing a lot of. It seems the literal opposite of him, and it wants everything.
Oh God! I swear to God, I will kill all of you if any of you assholes give this raccoon cotton candy to wash.
Oh, that's such a sad video.
It's such a sad video.
I want to say,
For those
Scotty,
at
I
home,
really
just
like
look
this.
it up on YouTube.
I really like this, that the raccoon is doing like the cleaning, because the literal translation for the German word for raccoon is washing bear.
Oh,
Right?
that's so much better than our trash panda.
No, let's be honest. I love the Trash Panda. It is the
Trash panda is
horrible
great.
name ever.
But unlike, it's the opposite of Gurk. So it's a really fat raccoon, but it likes to stay clean. And Gruk's a really skinny frog. That's why I said it's like another head on top of him. Just such a fat raccoon.
I love it.
Yeah. So we'll say that the evening closes with basically the scene of the two of Onyx repeatedly punching a stone wall, the raccoon clapping, cheering her on, and then Seth in a bathrobe leaning around the room with still like a big black eye. The hell are you doing? It's the middle of the night.
Gurk goes over to the couch and lays down the couch. A little raccoon is grabbing the bits of rock that are getting debris off. It's putting it in a nice pile.
And we'll leave there because that is fucking adorable.
That's perfect.
All right.
Okay.
Any plugs for anybody?
Yep, I got one. Well, this weekend at 9:00 EST, I'm running what very light one for now will be our last session of Retroverse on my channel, because unfortunately Hera starts school, and she can't be there. So, but will be running that, and right now they are currently there are 2 of one of the party members, and shit's about to go down.
On what Twitch channel might this be for those watching?
You can find that at Fractured Moon D&D. It on Twitch, at least on Scotty's channel, it shows it underneath the thing. Yeah, come watch us, and if you can't find it there, then check me out on Twitter on the link that Scotty has on my thing.
Yeah,
and I'll be retweeting it when we go live.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything?
I guess technically. On Monday, right? That's the 7th, right? October 7th.
today is the 4th, so
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Then on Monday, I will be over on the Roll Call RPG Twitch playing a game in the Cypher system where I will be doing the traumatizing and not being traumatized.
Hey.
Sorry.
Don't worry. The traumatizing will be even more coming soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, at least I didn't cry.
we didn't have time for it to wait until next week for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm doing that, and I guess if you want, you can follow me on Twitter at Altaziel.
Yeah,
Amazing
all
art.
of us have Twitters under our names. They're super cool. We're all awesome. Go follow us. Scotty, you got anything?
Yeah, to close tomorrow, we have on Power Score RPG's Twitch channel at 3:00 Eastern Standard Time, we have Acquisitions Incorporated. I'm not sure if we're even doing the adventure anymore. Kind of went to Neverwinter. Gave the king an atomic wedgie. Got sent to jail for life. Escaped from prison, and now we're in the middle of the ocean somewhere. So I don't know what we're doing, but you'll see what all shenanigans we can have in the middle of the ocean. No boat or anything. Tomorrow at 3:00.
How did you land in the middle of the ocean?
Somebody teleported us.
Okay.
I wasn't there for it. I just watched it. And then later tomorrow at 7:00, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're back with Ghost of Saltmarsh, and the group's on a also in the ocean, but they're on a ghost ship, and they may have ran into an Ettercap and a few spiders. So we'll see if they try to find this hidden treasure box on the ship, or if they just try to sink it and say ass through it.
Yeah.
That'll be tomorrow on this channel.
Yeah. I'm excited to
Good luck, Cat.
hopefully not have my cleric die again. Or get attacked by every bug ever.
For those curious, it's Salvage Operation. Ghost of Salt.
I'm excited. Yeah. Anybody else got anything? Okay. We'll call it a night.
All right.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't if you're done yet.
Have a wonderful time.
I won't wear as many masks.
I
Good
was holding
night.
on to these 2 pages